Artemi Panarin trade watch. Here we are. Normally, when I would do these watch streams, it would be for a player that the Rangers are looking to acquire. It's to potentially bolster the team for a push. Today, we're not doing that. Today, it's the opposite, where the Rangers are in a spot of selling. The Artemi Panarin thing is dragged on for way too damn long. And is it going to happen today? I don't know. The roster freeze is in effect in less than 30 minutes at this point, closer to 20 minutes and 30 minutes. And we are still waiting on the trade to happen. We've heard rumors all day. We've heard Tampa Bay. We have heard Washington. We have heard Carolina. We have heard LA. Truthfully, I have no gut feeling of where he's going to go. If I had to pick, I think Tampa Bay still at this hour. But obviously, I have no sources. I'm just going along with you guys with waiting to see what happens. As much as I want to sit here right now and laugh at the fact that the New Jersey Devils are attempting to buy at the deadline, as much as I want to sit around, be excited about all the spring training footage the Mets are releasing right now, we got a trade on our hands potentially here in a few minutes. So we are going to sit here, wait, be stressed together because I've been stressed the entire day. I've not been able to function the entire day. I do want to start off by saying thank you to Chris Drury, weirdly, because this is the first time I could ever say those words. Thank you for waiting for me to be available to do a live stream before this trade happens. If it happens today, of course. That's the only time. This is the only time I could thank Chris Drury, is simply for that. I could wait now with you guys in the chat. You guys could see me either get excited, get pissed off in one here. And yeah, we'll see where this goes. Leave a like on your way into the show here. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Turn on your notifications so you know when we upload or go live here on Ranger Central. But stressful times here. Stressful times. And it's weird, this whole roster freeze thing potentially being the mini deadline here, if you will, because like I said, Nick Bukestad already got traded. You know, the trade we were all waiting for today. And then obviously we're waiting for Panarin to get traded. Again, I have no idea if it's going to happen. It is the fact that we're close to 3 o'clock and it hasn't happened is very odd to me. It seems like this is going to go down to the wire. It's also not the worst thing if it goes longer. For my own sanity, it is worse if it goes beyond this roster freeze and we have to wait. But at the same time, it is not the worst thing because maybe the Rangers could get a better return in this deal. I don't know. I'm not expecting much. I do want to make that very clear. I am not expecting a good return, and we will see what it ends up being. We will see. But Lucas, what's going on, saying it's not happening? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I'm starting to lean towards it's not going to happen today, but I figured I'd go live in case it does because I'm not sitting here for 7 hours like I did with Jake Gensel. I'm sitting here for just a couple minutes here to wait and see if the trade ends up unfolding. So, yeah, I don't feel as bad about going live right now to talk about this. Anthony saying, watch him not get moved. Yeah, wouldn't be a surprise. Matt, what's going on? What's going on? Two Cats. We are entering in the Mike Milbury zone. I mean, we might be beyond that. Glad you've been doing a lot more content again lately on the channel. Don't even care about how garbage everything is going. I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words and support during this. Is Chris Drury sleeping? Truthfully, I don't know if it's a Chris Drury thing or if it's an Artemi Panarin thing because Panarin could be negotiating with another team right now about an extension, and that could be the thing holding up the deal in all of this. So I don't know. As much as I hate Chris Drury, as much as I blame him for a lot of things, as much as I still stand by what I said on Twitter the other day, that when they get a garbage return, I still blame Chris Drury for said garbage return because he could have done this in the offseason if he acknowledged the team is not in a position to win right now. As much as I blame him for all this, for that, I feel like this is a Panarin thing. I feel more than anything. Sorry, I keep checking my phone to see if the trade ends up breaking here. Of course. Um, Predict the trade will happen with Anaheim. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be Anaheim based on everything we've heard today, but you never know. Maybe they swoop in at the last minute here. Based on everything we've heard, it sounds like it's going to be Tampa Bay, Carolina, or Washington. And then I put in like that second tier LA and um and Dallas. And then everyone else is in that last tier below it. We'll see though. I could be wrong. Again, I'm just going with what we've heard from the reports and everything. I'm not saying I have the scoops or anything on that. I'm just relaying it in real time with you how I feel. Thank you, Gabe. I appreciate it. Hearing the Caps made an offer, but they won't include Leonard under any circumstances, which makes sense. And um, yeah, there's no way they would give up Leonard in a deal. I'd be thrilled if they did, but that is not going to be the case. I would also put the Panthers in that second tier. I forgot to mention them. And yeah, I agree. I'm not going to sit here. It's not really a panic thing. It's really for my own mental sanity. I just want this thing over with. Like, I just want the Panarin saga to be done with. I want to see the return and get it over with. It's not to say that it's the end all be all if it doesn't happen today, but um, I just want it to happen. I just want it to be done. It's very weird though that the roster freezes today, yet there's still games going on tomorrow. I feel like tomorrow would have made more sense for the roster freeze. I disagree with this. They're not in a position where Panarin staying makes sense. Get something over nothing. That's my thought. Get something over nothing. Because I don't think he's re-signing. I don't think he wants to be here beyond this year. I think that if he walks in free agency, he's gonna just go to Florida or one of these other destinations he really wants to go to if they hold on to him. So we got the return on the Nick Bukestad deal, though. Thomas Bordeleau and a fourth round pick. I honestly had no idea Bordeleau was in the New Jersey system. So interesting. Interesting return there. I don't know how much I buy the Florida thing anymore. If it happens though, I think you're gonna see one of Luosterainen or Rodriguez in return for cap reasons, maybe even both. Um, Skamasevich, I think, will be in the deal, and then draft picks. That's what it would have to be. Something along those lines. Which I don't think it makes sense though for Florida to do. Like that's my thought process behind all of it. Because in my opinion, you just won back-to-back cups. I'm gonna lay out the same thing I said the other day about the Florida thing. You just won back-to-back cups. You have guys that are getting healthier. I mean, Barkov's skating. I don't know how far away he is from returning. But my thought is stand pat. If you sneak in the playoffs, you're as dangerous as any team in the league, or you just are the most dangerous team in the league if you sneak into that last wild card spot. Worst case, you cut your losses with this year and you regroup going into next year because Bobrovsky's contract is up. You could get him on a discount deal, and then you could pursue. If Panarin walks in free agency, you could pursue him then. You could pursue maybe an Alex Tuck in free agency or something along those lines. To me, it just makes no sense for Florida to do. It seems more like a luxury than anything for them to do it. Um, I get the whole, they want the repeat thing, but at the end of the day, is it worth burning those assets when you're probably you're going to mess with a bit of your roster right now? Like, does that make sense to do? I just don't see it making sense. I'm just so glued right now to my phone. Stressful. Um, TSN Radio said that some players would be reporting as of Friday night, Saturday night for the Olympics. Yeah, so maybe that's why they did it today. I don't know. We got Flying Fluffy Hockey in here. What's going on? If you guys want Panthers content, go check out his channel. Great work there. Saying as a Florida fan, not interested, makes no sense for them. Yeah, I just don't see how it makes sense. Like, to me, it makes no sense to subtract a Rodriguez or a Luster-Reinen from your roster when you could pursue him in free agency this upcoming offseason if he really wants to play there. And if not, you don't need Panarin. You prove that you won back-to-back cups without him. You could just get healthy for next year, add someone else in free agency, or like I said, add Panarin in free agency and turn around next year. I get why Panarin wants to be in Florida. I understand that thought process, but I don't see from Bill Zito's standpoint how it makes sense to give up those assets to get him. And Barkov will be back for the playoffs if they sneak in. So again, 12 minutes left though. 12 minutes. And what is this report? Nick Kyprios about Panarin. I think he's sitting on a contract offer right now, but it doesn't appear to be a team that he might be interested in. So there you go. That's what's dragging it out. And I really don't know what team that is. I really wonder what it could be. That's got to be LA, Carolina, or Washington. This thing's not getting done today. There's just no way it's getting done today. Will Panarin end up in Tampa? I could see it. I really could see it. To me, that's what my gut says right now. I think it's going to be Tampa Bay. I don't know. I've accepted that this is going to drag. The fact that we have 10 minutes left, about 10 minutes left, um, and he's sitting on a contract. Nah, this thing's not getting done. Unfortunately. But a lot could change, I guess, in 10 minutes, huh? Yeah, even if Panarin gets dealt today, we won't know the return till like 6 o'clock because of NHL insiders. That's the thing. Like, we got that Cam Robinson tweet, what, an hour and a half ago, maybe even 2 hours ago at this point, that things are heating up. Yeah, 2 hours ago. It was at 12:11 we got that tweet. And we didn't even hear a team when he said that. Usually we hear a team at least. That's what's odd here. You think it's gonna happen today? I mean, I hope. I really hope. Because I can't I can't deal with the stress right now of it dragging out. Really can't deal with it. I hope you're right. It could be the Sharks. It could. My gut is Carolina though with that report. That's my gut. I think that Carolina's a team he doesn't want to sign long term with, but the offer's there. Could be San Jose though, like you said. Could be. But again, I'm just throwing a prediction out there. What the fuck do I know? No one's saying he's going to Florida. No one's saying that. Oh, someone did say that in the chat. Never mind. Apologize. Yeah, Panarin's going to the Chiefs. No, we can't count the Dodgers out in all of this. That's really the thing here. You can't count the Dodgers out on the Panarin sweepstakes. Um, Detroit makes more sense than Toronto. I don't see either happening. I don't. I think that at this point, I don't know. I really think it's Tampa. I really just, based on everything we've heard, I think it's Tampa. Yeah, he's going to the Dodgers. There's going to be deferrals in the deal. Don't count out Vegas. That is a good point. Um, I don't think that's going to happen either. Could it? Maybe. But they'd have to jump through a lot of hoops to make that happen. I just don't think they have the assets to do it unless they're moving Trevor Conley, which could happen. So if it's 3 p.m., it's GG's. I'm personally not going to say it is until a little bit past 3 o'clock because we see it with the deadline that trades could leak after the 3 p.m. deadline. So I'm not going to declare it over until a little bit after that. But I can tell you right now, if we don't hear anything at 3, it's not looking good. I would just like, you know what I would like? If it's not going to happen, could an insider give me a tweet at 3 o'clock saying the Panarin trade's not going to happen? It's going beyond the roster freeze, so I could just move on with my day and not have to sit here and wait to see if it, goes by 3 o'clock. Yeah, I'm with you. 3:15 is the latest is where you could call it. And yeah, we didn't hear the Marchand trade till like 3:02 last year. I remember that. Yeah, sometimes we didn't even hear the return for the Andrew Kopp trade until what, like 5 o'clock that night of the trade deadline. We heard he was getting traded there, like right about 3 o'clock, maybe even a little bit after. But we didn't hear the return until what, like 5 or 6 o'clock? Or am I crazy on that? Was that a different trade? So we'll see if it leaks in. Who the fuck is this that Nico just sent a tweet of? I don't know how real this is, so I don't even want to like say it on stream here. I mean, I'd be intrigued if this is if this is real. I just don't think it is. Just doubt. I doubt it's real. Doubt it is. Not falling for it. Nico fooled me earlier. I'm not gonna fall for it again. Not gonna fall for it. Someone tweeted Panarin in 2 weeks about to show up in a hardened fat suit. Meanwhile, the NBA trade deadline is going crazy right now. Colin Sexton just got moved. Thank you, Hen. I appreciate it. Honestly, anyone that's looking to get into YouTube, you just got to put out as much content as possible. And like I said, just yeah, you have to keep working away. And even though it's going to be tough at points, you just got to push through those tough points and be different, be interesting. That's really the best I could give you. And be as trying to think of another way to describe it. But you just got to be committed. That's really what it is. You got to be committed. Three-team trade. Could be a three-team trade. Even though it's weird because or you talk about something else. I don't know. It's weird with the double retention gone though. Like I hate that it's gone. I really don't get why they changed that rule. To me, it was so pointless. Do I have packages I would like from some specific teams? I mean, since Tampa Bay looks like one of the front runners or the front runner, to me, I don't know. I'm a little bit lower on Connor Geeky than most Ranger fans because I worry about how they're going to develop him here. I would like Sam O'Reilly because at least he's in juniors developing there right now. Like keep him away. Or is he in the AHL right now? No, he is in juniors. I knew I wasn't tripping. Yeah, I would like him over in the I'd like him over Geeky just because he's not overseas. I can't think straight right now. Just because he is in juniors right now and developing away from being in Hartford or jumping right into the Rangers locker room. It is 3 p.m. and nothing. We will wait to see. Obviously, it could linger a little bit past 3 o'clock here. So, not going to call it quits until we see a tweet about it or around 3:15. At that point, if there's nothing, then I'm just accepting that the trade didn't happen. But we will see. Adam Schefter tweeted it. What? Did Adam Schefter just break the news? Holy fuck. Wait, Adam Schefter, he beat every NHL insider? Get the fuck out of here. Okay. A third round pick and Liam Greentree. That's the return, it looks like. Wait. What? I'm speechless right now. I cannot believe he broke the trade, but he didn't get a first round pick in the steal. Oh my goodness, he didn't get a first round pick. Thank you for the $10. Consolation case of trade doesn't happen. It looks like it did. I appreciate though a lot the $10 there. Thank you so much. What the fuck? Okay. I'm I'm trying to figure out how to feel. I need the conditions on that pick now. Um okay. Here's the problem. I like Liam Greentree. What the fuck? How are you not getting a first round pick? At least a second round pick where the conditions like, oh, if the Kings make the conference finals, it's a first. Liam Greentree and a conditional third. Wow. I mean, I I can't. I can't with this general manager. I can't. Oh my god. I'm not surprised. Like that's why I'm not even throwing things or mad or anything. I'm not surprised. I I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. Um like what the fuck? You're telling me that like I get that Brock Nelson is a center. How the fuck did Brock Nelson get more than Panarin? Brock Nelson got more than Panarin. I want that to settle in because now it's really hitting me. You guys are getting my real time reaction here. Um, no, I disagree with letting him walk for that return, but Brock Nelson. I I can't. I can't. And the third becomes a second. It doesn't even become a first. I don't understand how this general manager is employed. I actually don't understand. So I want to pull up a tweet right now that dropped earlier. I want to pull up a tweet here. Um, who tweeted? Bald Panarin, right? I want to pull up a tweet. When I saw this tweet, I knew we were fucked because Rangers interested in Luosterainen. Drury asked for Will Smith and Ryan Leonard, not even in the same stratosphere. This didn't matter because I knew Chris Drury was going to get fleeced. And you know what? You know what the funniest part's going to be? The best part is going to be in a few minutes. Well, Chris Drury did what he could. Panarin and his agent forced their hand. The damage control is going to be so fucking funny. I can't wait for the damage control being like, well, Chris Drury, he did the best he could. He did the best he could. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I I can't with this general manager, man. I actually just I can't with this general manager. I've truly never seen someone so bad at his job. Like I've actually never. No, stop with the girl math. Stop with the girl math. Brock Nelson got an A-level prospect, a first-round pick, and a mid-round pick last year. And what we were told is that Chris Drury, that was his starting price point for Panarin. Stop with the girl math. That's just not what it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't. I can't, man. This general manager is fucking trash. I I can't. I actually can't, man. Susie alone got us a third from the Islanders. Yep. Yeah, people fell for the letter 2.0. People fell for it. I really just I can't, man. I really can't. What a joke. What an absolute joke of a return. What I say last week or whenever I said it, if the Rangers do not walk away from this trade deadline with at least 3 more first round picks, it's a failure. It's about to be a failure because Panarin was one of those guys you had to get a first round pick for. And you get a conditional third round pick. What the fuck is even the condition? If it's something like the Kings have to win the cup for it to upgrade to a second, I'm actually gonna lose my shit. I'm going to lose my shit if that's the condition. Oh, great. Pierre LeBrun, no contract extension yet, but I'm told the Kings at Panarin's camp are working on it. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. Panarin only wanted to go to the Kings per Emily Kaplan. I'm not buying that for a second. I'm telling you, this is the damage, or per Molly Walker, this is the damage control that I'm talking about. I'm telling you, this is the damage control. Yeah, we're delusional idiots when we saw Brock Nelson get traded for a first and A-level prospect and a mid-round pick last year. But no, we're the idiots. We're the idiots for expecting a similar return for Artemi Panarin, who is, by all accounts, a better hockey player. We're the idiots, man. You're right. Becomes a second if the Kings win one playoff round. Sure. 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 If the Kings win one playoff round, I mean, are they're on the outside looking in, or are they even in? Yeah, they're on the outside looking in right now. That's sick. So they're either playing Edmonton again, God help us, or they're in a wild card spot playing Colorado or Vegas. Cool. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not falling for that damage control from Molly Walker though. I'm not falling for that. I'm just not. Like the whole, oh, the Kings were the only destination he wanted to go to. That is the biggest lie in the world. That is such a lie. He would have gladly went to Florida, gladly went to Tampa Bay. Like, just don't lie. Like, this is again the GM lying to us, but nothing new. Nothing new at all. Oh wait, here we go. So there's what's the other condition here? It will be the better of LA's 2/3, but if the Kings win one playoff round, it becomes a second. If they win rounds, they'll add a fourth to the deal. Let's go. We're getting a fourth round pick potentially in the deal as well. That is great. That's awesome. Another tweet. Yeah, he got less for Panarin than Boston did for Marchand. I'm gonna vomit, man. I'm actually gonna vomit. Thank you for the $5, NG. To get the maximum return possible, we have to root for the Kings to win playoff rounds. I'm sick. Honestly, I have no ill will towards the Kings like I did for 2014 and like I did years ago. Because of that, I really don't care to root for the Kings. Like, sure. Um, I don't understand how this general manager is employed. It's actually wild. It is actually wild that this GM has his job. This is as much as you could fuck up a trade as possible. And again, you could have done this in the summer. You could have done this in the summer. That is what makes me the most mad. You are not a good like it was so obvious this team was not going to be good this year, and you still tried to sell us this fairy tale wearing your no BS shirts and everything that, oh, we're going to be a good team this year and we're going to play with a fuck you attitude. Meanwhile, you're the easiest team to beat in the fucking national right now, and now you get absolute peanuts for your best trade asset potentially if it's not Vincent Trocheck. If you even move him, because does this general manager even want to move Trocheck? What is he even going to get in a deal for Trocheck? Because after this bullshit, what, a second round pick and a B level prospect? Oh, whoop de fucking do, everyone. Throw the parade. Everyone whip out the letter and print it out, put it on posters. Oh my fucking God. Kings fans should be like to the moon right now. Do not blame you. You should be to the moon. Good for Kings fans. I know a Kings fan. I'm sure he is doing cartwheels and backflips right now. I have to text him at some point. Oh my goodness, man. Almost 400 people in here. I can't. I can't. The sad part is, I like Green Tree. Is his ceiling more than a middle six forward though? Like, which is a useful piece. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not useful to have a piece like that. But I don't know. I don't know what to say. I have no idea what to say. I mean, every fan base is probably laughing right now. Every fan base, rightfully, is probably laughing right now. And we just got to wear it because this is what the general manager has done. This general manager has done nothing but make us have to fucking live with embarrassment. I'm just speechless. Yeah, Vince tweeting the same thing too. Like I can't with this damage control. I can't. That's why I'm not listen, this is why I'm not throwing things right now. This is why I'm not like standing up right now and losing my mind. I'm at least able to stay somewhat down to earth right now about this. Stay somewhat to an even keeled level. Holy fuck. This is horrible. This is horrible. Yeah, like I'm so tired of all of these insiders saying this shit with the LA's the only team you wanted to be on. Like why was there conversations with other teams? You're telling me he wouldn't have wanted to be in Florida or Tampa Bay? Don't fucking lie, man. Oh my god. Yeah, again, I think Liam Greentree is solid, but this is this is a joke. This is actually a joke. Man, I just have to deal with LA all the time. I just have to deal with LA all the time. Yeah, they retain 50%, which makes sense. Well, yeah, I could tell you for free that Drury's the worst executive in the sport. Like, it's not even a question. It's not even a question. He is by far and away the worst. I had someone just tell me I'm learning what a no movement clause is because I'm not falling for the damage control like other people. Yeah, I'm putting out tweets at the same time right now. Yeah, I didn't understand when the Kings did this, especially because could just kept Gavrikov for the price of him and Dumoulin. But at least you fucking fleeced us now. I mean, sure, if he's ranked as the number one prospect, that's great. But like, that doesn't mean he's gonna be a first line forward. I listen. If Liam Greentree becomes a great first line forward in this league, sick. Like that's awesome. But I'm not again, like I don't see that happening. I hope it does. I don't see it. Um, especially with this team. I mean developing players is impossible. But even then, like you got less than Brad Marchand got last year. You got less than Nelson got last year. Oh, and there's the extension, 2 years for 11 million AAV. There you go. There's your extension. Who's yeah, Freeman twin that. So he's a king for beyond this year. I have not seen you in forever, Salt. Oh my god. You're from the Codename Pizza Raid, right? Like you that Salt or am I tripping balls? But yeah, they basically trade him for a bag of chips. That's pretty much what it boils down to. But I'm sure that there's gonna be the Drury shills that still call me an idiot that think that, oh, but you know, he only wanted to be in LA because people are gonna fall for the damage control that is being put out by the media. I remember that because you donated me, I think, like $800 that day, and I appreciated that. I can't forget that. Man, I should have stuck to doing Call of Duty Zombies content because this sucks. This fucking sucks. Believe it or not, there are idiots that think he's doing a good job. Believe it or not. I don't know how, but man, just speechless. Think I might boycott the Rangers until Drury's fired. I mean, you should be there. I've been there for a while now, personally. Is Green Tree good? I think the ceiling is a middle six forward, which is a good player. Like, I'm not going to sit here and shit on Liam Greentree. I think he could be something solid, but this isn't good enough. Yeah, Greentree's a first rounder and has potential, but again, I don't know if he's more than a second line forward at best. I don't, which again, I'm not disputing that that is valuable in this league. I want to make that very clear. But I'm not going to sit here and convince myself that it's good enough. Again, like I can't sit here and do that right now. When Brock Nelson got the return he did last year, when Marchand got the return he did last year, can't sit here. And again, I'm sorry that I can't sit here and buy the narrative that the media is putting out about how he only wanted to be in LA. You're telling me he would have said no to a trade to Tampa Bay. He would have said no to a trade to Florida. He would have said no to a trade to potentially Dallas or Carolina. Like, you're telling me he only wanted to be in LA. I have a hard time believing that. I have a very hard time believing that's the case. And I can't buy it. You know why I can't buy it? Because his general manager sucks at his job. Because all this general manager does is lie. That's all he does. He lied about the reason he extended Will Borgen, lied about the reason of getting rid of Pavel Buchnevich, lying right now with this letter that he put out. Why should I buy for a second that he only wanted to be in LA? Why should I be buying that? Could somebody give me a reason? I don't know. I have a hard time believing that's the case. Yeah, this sucks for Ranger fans. You should have definitely gotten more draft capital, at least for Breadman. When I saw this, I thought I was tripping. I Again, I'm shocked. Sarah Valley saying other teams had prepared to offer in the neighborhood of 411.75, which is how you know Los Angeles was his preferred destination. I need to hear what teams were offering him that. And even if that's the case, I still stand by the point this should have been done in the summer. This should have been done in the summer. And that's the part that's also really annoying me. This team was clearly not good, and you could have maximized the return in the summer. I mean, I don't blame them for not signing him to 2 times 11 because you're going in a different direction like that. I don't agree there. Like, I don't agree that they should have held on to him for that price. Man, I am sorry to Green Tree with what he's about to step into, though. Um, there's always fabulous Los Angeles. Yeah, again, I really can't understand how people are defending Drury in this. I really don't. Like, I'm sorry. I don't get it. I don't get how you could believe the notorious liar in all of this. And I agree with this. You should have waited till the deadline if the return was this. But yeah, I mean, this is a home run deal for LA. Home run deal. And like you said, they could flip him at the deadline in a couple of years if they really need to. And that's worst case scenario. That is absolute worst case scenario. Yes, they did. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and bring up the Keandre trade because I think that's apples to oranges. The trade that I am going to keep comparing to is Brock Nelson and Brad Marchand last year. Those are the trades that I am going to point to. But no, like this isn't the case though. That's why this is the problem. You're telling me there was no bidding war for Panarin, and you're telling me, like, again, I just I find it hard to believe he would not have wanted to play in Tampa Bay or wouldn't have wanted to play in Florida or whatever else, whoever else was interested. I just find it hard to believe he only wanted LA. And it's not to throw shade at LA. It's just because Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay. It's because Florida is Florida. Yeah, real loser of the trades, Liam Green Trey. Again, I would sit here and I would agree with any of this and sit here and defend Drury saying his hands were tied, this and that. I would get on board with that if this was not like the first time um that Drury, like if this was the first time we've seen Drury do something along these lines. Like I'm not going to sit here though and say otherwise right now. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do that. The problem is I have a hard time again. I would sit here and agree with this if this general manager wasn't so incompetent. I can't sit here and convince myself this was the case with this general manager. I can't. Buddy, I have 400 people in here. I really don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck about the clicks. If I gave a fuck about the clicks, I would be a positive Peter and defend this organization through everything. I don't know what you're talking about with that, but this is the part that I don't understand when fans like you say this shit. Like, I could easily be a shill for this organization and get more views because I would get hate from the fans that agree with me right now that think this is dog shit. And then I would get overwhelming support from the positive Peters. So The fact that you think I'm doing this for clicks is laughable. Get fucking lost, man. Unbelievable. I'm doing this for clicks. Sure, man. Sure. Like, it's not easier to sit here and be a positive Peter 24/7 to get more clicks. And I know this is what people have a hard time wrapping their heads around it. It's that people aren't gonna be shills for their favorite team all the time. That's the problem. People can't wrap their head around the fact that I speak how I feel, I speak the truth, and I don't sell out for the organization. People can't wrap their head around it. Yeah. See the difference of how I talk about the Mets versus this team, and then come talk to me about doing this for clicks. I mean, get lost, man. Get lost. Sounds like a blue teamer cult member. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, the frustration, I think more of you're frustrated though than the other way around. Again, if this general manager, I'm going to repeat it one more time. If this general manager didn't display incompetence all the time, I would sit here and say, yeah, you know what? Maybe his hands were tied. You know what? Maybe he couldn't get a good return. Maybe he really did only want to go to one team. But I'm just not I'm not falling for this when this general manager lies all the time. And here we go. Here's a tweet that backs my entire point here. You guys ready for this? From Cam Robinson. I think there are a couple teams surprised to hear the reports that Panarin was only never interested in LA. That doesn't seem to match the messaging they'd been operating under over the past week or so. Thank you. Thank you, Cam Robinson. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Cam. This is all I needed to say. All I needed to read. I mean, the point that I've just been trying to make the entire time. Thank you for the $10, D. Lou. Sick to my stomach, sad day indeed. I am right there with you. I appreciate the $10. I want to vomit, man. I'm just leaving this up on the screen though, just so it can marinate with everyone to understand that maybe the media is lying to you when they tell you that Chris Drury, you know, oh, his hands were tied because he only wanted LA. Maybe you're being lied to. Maybe you're being lied to because isn't it convenient that the first two people that put out the tweet about Panarin only wanting LA are Molly Walker and Vince Mercogliano? Isn't that convenient that the guys that are sitting in the press box for every Ranger game and are closest to the organization, isn't that convenient that those are the two that put that tweet out? Isn't that interesting? Huh. Wonder why. I wonder why it was those two that put it out before anyone. I really wonder. But again, I'm the moron. I'm the moron, man. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm not falling for the PR management. I'm not. Two, I'm just too beyond that. Like, this is my point. You can't again, it's not a shot at LA because I get wanting to live in LA, but you can't sit here and you can't sit here and convince me that he wouldn't have waived for Florida or Tampa Bay. You can't sit here and convince me otherwise. I'm sorry. But again, people will fall for the damage control, and that's exactly what Drury wants because he thinks that we're dumb. He thinks we're dumb. I mean, this reply from Jeff on my tweet's also pretty valid. Um, the Rangers gave more for a rental of a broken Kane who cried and begged to be traded to the Rangers. There's no damage control. Jury's a piece of shit. I mean, hey, I could back that notion too. Yeah, all the insiders had Tampa as the number one spot. Like again, I can't, I can't with this man. I can't. Like again, you could win in Florida. Florida's a nice place to, a good place to live, especially where Tampa and the Florida Panthers are down in South Florida. Um, don't have to deal with the taxes down there. But he only wanted LA, apparently, is what the media is trying to convince you and I. Sure. Sure. Like, all we heard about is that he wanted to play with his best friend, Sergei Bobrovsky, but all of a sudden now he only wanted to be in LA. Only wanted LA. There's a comment in the chat that is so accurate, but it's a deeper rabbit hole. Green Tree is a good prospect. The problem is you guys kill prospects. I agree. I agree. Again, I think Green Tree is a solid prospect. I think middle six potential, but this is just not not good enough. It's just not. I mean, he put up one assist at the World Juniors. Can't wait to see how Tanner Glass turns him. Can't wait for Tanner Glass to work with him. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, the Bruins got a first out of Marchand. And the Marchand thing was he only really wanted to be in Florida. Like, there were things about him potentially being in Toronto, but it really was only Florida by the end of it. But nope. Um you're just an idiot if you're an idiot apparently if you're underwhelmed by this and you're frustrated with this. You're an idiot apparently. And I agree with this entirely. It feels like damage control from both parties. Rangers get the claim. He gave them no options, and Panarin gets to say he always wanted to go to LA. I couldn't agree more with that. Couldn't agree more. Again, that Cam Robinson tweet really just it tells you everything you need to know. It really just does. But again, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Thank you for the $2, Van. We're officially in Isaiah Thomas territory. We are there and beyond that. Get a fourth round pick if LA wins 2 rounds, which I don't know if that's happening because it's going to be a very tough route for them to get that far. It's going to be very difficult for LA because the Western Conference is pretty good right now. Because they might have to go through the central side of the bracket, which would not be easy because Colorado, you'd have to potentially face them round one. That could get very ugly. um, and even if you beat them, I mean, you're probably playing Dallas. That's not an easy task. The Pacific side, you play Vegas or Edmonton potentially round one. We've seen Edmonton give them troubles. And I get Panarin, you could argue, helps, even though he disappears in the playoffs more times than not. But it's going to be very difficult for them to make it to the conference finals. This is a good question, just relating to Green Tree in general. He's going to be playing still in juniors for now. He is going to be playing in winter for probably the remainder of the season. Maybe they bring him up at the end of the winter season. Maybe. Um, but if not, he'll be here next year. Whether that's with the NHL club or Hartford. I mean, you might as well play him in the NHL club because literally, what do you have on your roster next year? What are you gonna do? Overpay Alex Tuck? Overpay Kiefer Sherwood? I can't wait. Hey, I wasn't too far off with my joke about him going to the Dodgers, was I? This is my problem, though. It's like for all of the defending of Drury as well, I'm gonna repeat a point that I made about a billion times this live stream. You could have moved him this summer and got a better return because the team would have got a full year of Panarin. But the general manager, for whatever reason, thought a ancient fossil in JT Miller was gonna fix this franchise and I shouldn't say overpaying, but giving a 7-year deal to Gavrikov, he thought that was going to fix the problems. Oh my god. I'm sorry. One of the replies to my tweet, I cannot put it up on stream. It just made me laugh so much. Oh my god, that is so fucking funny. Accurate and funny. Oh my god, I love that. What a great tweet. Oh god. Statboy Steven tweeting out that the report on Green Tree that he's a below average skater. Makes sense. I wonder what Statboy Steven's saying entirely because he could probably give a better evaluation about Green Tree than I can. Um, he says Chris Drury's going to retool with a bunch of third-round picks. Yeah, pretty much. Bunch of third-round picks, bro. Yeah, we got 3 third-round picks. You know what? This is where the girl math's going to come in for the Drury shills, though, where they're going to trade some of those third-round picks to jump into the end of the second and be like, see, we basically turned it into a second-round pick. I can't wait for that. It's going to be so funny. Yeah, the scouting report, though, on Green Tree. Um, Yeah, not the best skater. I mean, the only thing you could hang your hat on is people rave about his hockey IQ, which could make up for his lack of skating a little bit, but this legit just sounds like you got a taller version of Gabe Pro. That's what it sounds like, is a taller version of Gabe. Some of your comments. I love this. Um, Miserable. As a Kings fan, you should be very happy. As a Ranger fan, I am in the trenches. I'm in the trenches. Yeah, who needs skating in a sport that's played on ice? Who needs that? Not even giving the Rangers my third screen. They're embarrassing. You know, I just realized. Wait, I need to revisit another trade real quick. Um, just to make myself more mad. Yeah, remember when Taylor Hall was legit doing nothing in Buffalo and uh still fetched a second round pick? Do you guys remember that? Because I know I do. I just wanted to make sure that he actually got a second round pick, but good times, right? Good times. Drury saw how bad Gordon fucked up the Miller and McDonough deal and said, "Hold my beer." Yeah, no, honestly, the most ironic part is both of those deals are the ones to kick off the letter, and if unless you want to count Carson Soucy, which I no. Both those deals though are like really the ones where it's like, yeah, that kick started the letter, and both are garbage. Nick Zararis lost a trade to Ken Holland. Oh, man, what a fun day. What a fun day. Forgot a first. Not even a second. Not even a second. Yeah, how do you not even get a second? Well, according to the blue teamers, they didn't get a second because Drury's hands were tied. He couldn't do anything. I like how there's this notion that his hands were tied and he couldn't do anything. Meanwhile, he could have brought this to the trade deadline when teams get more desperate. Like, is that's another thing that no one has talked about, including myself, over the past hour since we learned about this trade. Like, are we also forgetting that are we also forgetting this could have just been held until the trade deadline, until you really get a return that's worth your while? You know it's bad when Canucks fans think of this. We suck. What's the big picture here? Um, there is no big picture. That's why I don't believe anything from Chris Drury and the media trying to tell you that Chris Drury, he's not in the wrong here or anything. All he does is lie. You know what the sad part is? I was ready for disappointment, but I at least expected. Maybe I'm the fool. I at least expected a first round pick. That's the sad part. My expectations were low because I thought it was going to be a C level prospect, and if it's a team that needs to make the cap work, you take on a contract back. This is worse than I thought. Thank you for the $5, Jay Lewis. Panarin picked one team to screw Drury. Green Tree isn't a bad option at top prospect, considering Drury messed up too. I, again, respectfully, Jay Lewis, I don't buy that he only wanted to be in LA. And Cam Robinson even said it himself that um that it seems like that's a lie. And I know it's a lie because, again, Molly Walker and Vince Mercogliano are the ones that tweeted it. Those two are the ones that said it, that he only wanted to be in LA. I don't buy for a second this damage control. Yep, Rome wasn't built in a day, Matt. Rome was not built in a day. The big picture is Drury can't manage assets for shit and is too delusional to retool and too much of an egotistical or too egotistical to take criticism. Everything you want in a grade A cancer. Yeah. I mean, I've nothing to follow that up. Just the truth. Well, just got made official. The Rangers just tweeted. We thank you to Artemi Panarin. Cannot wait to read through the replies of this. Yeah, they tweeted the trade also. Oh, they're getting ratioed. They are getting ratioed out the freaking wazoo right now. I'll contribute to the ratio with a reply. What are my opinions on Green Tree? I think he's a middle six forward at best. I think his skating issues limit how high of a ceiling he has. And again, I don't hate Green Tree, but garbage return all around to not get a first round pick. To not even get a second round pick. Forget about first round pick. Not even a second round pick. If this was the return, I wouldn't be complaining right now. If it was Green Tree in a first, wouldn't be complaining. Because as we went on, my expectations lowered significantly for this trade. It's really the fact that you did not get a first round pick in this deal. Even then, I mean, a first and Green Tree would have been semi underwhelming still, considering historical trade comps. Like, here's the thing, too. This whole narrative with Chris Drury and oh, his hands were tied, this and that. Do we not remember how Claude Giroux only wanted to be in Florida? Like, are we forgetting that was a thing? That he only wanted to be there and still fetched. What was the return? Owen Tippett, a first and a third. Like, are we forgetting that was a thing? So even in the hypothetical world where we're believing the damage control, um, Drew only wanted Florida and still got Tippett a first and a third. So what's the excuse? What is actually the excuse? Thank you for the $2. J. Lewis Rangers don't have scouts. Another bad skater. Exactly. Exactly. I'm actually gonna put out a tweet about that too. Before I put out this tweet though, like, am I wrong? Wasn't that the thing that Giroux only wanted Florida? Like, am I? I'm not wrong for that, right? Like, that was actually a thing that he wouldn't waive for anywhere but Florida and maybe Colorado was the other team. But I thought even then he said no to going to Colorado. I thought that was like a whole big deal at the time that it was just Florida. Like, I'm not crazy that he only wanted Florida. They got Tippett a first and a third. No, I don't buy that either, but am I not crazy for what I just said with the Giroux thing? Am I not crazy about that? St. Louis only wanted the Rangers. Yes. Yes. I mean, that's another good point. Sorry, I'm just trying to do a couple things at once because I'm trying to send the link right now to the stream for two guests to join, which I mean, feeling I'm mad. I have no words for how Nick's about to crash out. Yeah, Kane only wanted the Rangers. That's a definite. Um, This is insane, man. Yeah, we did give up a first for Cop. Thank you for the $2, Jay Lewis. Let's talk about Heedle migraine issues again. I mean, I feel bad. He should probably just retire at this rate, but that probably won't happen. Bro, what? Yeah, because we're gonna compare getting peanuts to solving world hunger. You guys are fucking morons. Some of you are just so fucking dense, man. I mean, come on. What the fuck are we talking about here? Putting out the tweet though. I don't even care. People want to jump through hoops to say that I'm wrong. I do not care. What about the Devils getting Bukestad? I mean, weird that they're buying, but can't even laugh at them right now. I actually can't even laugh. Who gets dealt after the roster freeze ends? Trocheck, Schneider? I don't know. I truly don't. After all this, I can't even guess anything anymore. I actually can't believe though people are defending this. Like I actually can't. Oh god, what did he say about the trade? I'm not even. Do I even want to say? My goodness. My goodness, I just saw. If people want us to give Drury credit, do something that is worth credit, like fuck off already. That's the thing that's dumb. Like I or did I not sit here on July 1st and give Drury credit for the Keandre Miller trade? Like, did I not sit here and be fair about that? That I thought it was a good return? Tell me I'm wrong. Please try to tell me I'm wrong. I will always be fair when there's a reason to, but you're like out of your mind and on some hardcore drugs if you think this is a good trade because Drury's hands were tied. Like, no, man. No. Louis brought up a good point in my replies. JT Miller only wanted the Rangers. What was that return? Ducks got a first round pick for Adam Henrique. Like, again, I could keep going in circles. Again, I would be fair if he gave me a reason to be, but there is no reason. There isn't. Like I said, I sung the praises for him on July 1st because I thought he did a good job with the Keandre Miller trade and getting Gavrikov at below market value. I thought he had an excellent July 1st on paper, at least with that. So again, I'm fair when there's reasons to be. I don't sit here and I know people think it. I don't sit here and look to hate just for the sake of hating. Give me a reason and I will be happy. But this general manager doesn't give me reasons to. I mean, like I said, people that watch my Mets channel um, know that this is the case. People that have watched my channel for years knows this is the case. But I mean, some of you idiots that just come in here and say lies and just like put words in my mouth and just like genuinely fuck you. Genuinely fuck you. Imagine if we had Ben Kendall this year. Would be nice, man. Would be nice. Yeah, this is true. And it sucks though, because I liked Kendall a lot the uh when I was doing my draft research in the event the Rangers kept that pick as well. Thinking of guys I'd want the Rangers to take, and Kendall was one of the top guys that I had on my board. I can't wait to see how someone spins the tweet that I put out though, because it's very quiet right now when all of a sudden I bring up logical comparisons. It's weird how all of a sudden people go quiet. I can't. Can you imagine if we kept that pick last year? Um, or if the Rangers kept that pick last year, Penguins would have been licking their chops. Yeah. The Penguins would be in contention right now with a top draft pick on the horizon. Which I said at the time, Drury should have gave away that pick. Like I would love Ben Kindle. I would love if they didn't make the JT Miller trade. But again, even though I'm apparently unfair to Drury, I thought he made the right decision there with keeping the first round pick for this year and giving Pittsburgh last year's pick. But again, I'm never fair to Drury. Like I just hate everything he does. I'm never fair to him. If anything, you've been more than fair. Again, I don't know what to say. Like, you guys know it. I don't have to explain it to the people that watch the channel regularly and know it. I don't know. I shouldn't even be giving attention to these idiots. Someone in my Twitter replies brought up a good point about how Drury also backed himself in a corner with this when he publicly announced they're not extending Panarin. I mean, that's also true. I said that at the time as well, that it was stupid to announce that publicly. But we're going to bring on a special guest. One that is known for his optimism, for his hope. I don't know how much of that you're going to get from him today, but we got Mr. Joey D on the panel. What's going on? In the car, too. Mobile D right now.
Thank you for having me on. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me, Evan? Okay, perfect. Well, I'm sorry to say that I do not have...
Uh-oh. Don't tell me he cut out. Oh, no. Joey cut out. Yeah, this is not ideal. We'll wait for Joey to hopefully have stable connection. We need interference D right here, unfortunately. Lagging D. Blame Troy for cutting off Joey. Yeah, Joey is Spirit Wi-Fi. Yeah, Joey got booted out for now. So we'll wait. Oh, here we go.
Am I back?
Back D.
I'm back, D. Okay. He literally traded his best player for a bag of chips. That's it. I don't care if this kid, Green Tree, I don't care if he's like an amazing prospect. This is it. That's all you got. There's no way this guy is like going to be the next Panarin. I know he's a winger. I know he's had like almost 50 goals in the OHL last season or something. Former first round pick, yes. But you're missing me with the talk of the retool, right? Like Drury writes in the memo, the letter, we are going to retool. Okay, so that means you're going to acquire NHL ready talent, right? Right? I guess not, because this kid is 19 years old. There's no chance he's ready to play in the NHL unless you're going to force feed him minutes, which we know the Rangers aren't going to do. So you're stuck on a hope and a dream here with this trade. And I don't buy for 1 second that this is the only team that Panarin was going to. I don't buy that.
Thank you.
I don't buy that at all. Like, we heard Florida, we heard Tampa Bay, we heard San Jose, right? There's not a chance in the world that of all teams, the LA Kings are the ones that Panarin wants to go to. Not Colorado, not Tampa, not Florida, LA. Really? What do they have there? That's another first round exit waiting to happen. I'm telling you. I would not be surprised if they get to the playoffs, another first round exit. If they play the Oilers, they're not making it past them. No way. Not against that team.
They might play Colorado round one. They're not beating Colorado.
Even better. No way is that going to happen. So miss me with that bullshit. I'm sorry. Like, miss me with that. There's no way. Like, that's the only trade that was on the table for Chris Drury. Because the discussion was, all right, he's got to sign an extension. Okay, if he's signing an extension, then you have to get more in a trade for him. There's no way you're giving up rental assets for a guy who's signing an extension. You might as well have just kept him for that. Honestly, rather just sign him to 2 years at $11 million and just trade him for pennies on the dollar. Because that's essentially what happened here. I have no faith in the Rangers scouting department whatsoever to use that third-round pick, and I have no faith in their player development to get this guy to be the next Panarin. So I'm very pissed off of this trade, Evan. I know I rambled a lot there, but I have no optimism with this trade whatsoever. I hope to God this kid is awesome. I hope he's great. I hope he scores 50 goals a year for the Rangers. How likely is that? Not likely at all. But I'm still a fan of the Rangers. Chris Drury is not going to make me switch teams. I'll just say that. There's my optimism.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's coming from you, these words, because everyone just views me as, like, I look to hate everything Drury does. Like, I hate the way he goes to the grocery store. I hate the way that he gets out of bed. I hate the way he brushes his teeth. But also, thank you for the $2, Jay Lewis. I wonder if this is the case, though, that Drury took less to trade him out west. That would be stupid if that's the case, because you need to get whatever you can. And you brought up a good point that I didn't even mention about how he's already basically admitting that this letter is nothing but a lie and a fairy tale, because, oh, we're looking to retool, but we're going to go and get a guy that is not ready to be in the NHL potentially for another 2 to 3 years. And then to bring up the point about only wanting LA, I'm assuming you didn't see my tweet, but I put out a tweet a few minutes ago saying, even in the world where we believe the narrative that Drury only wanted LA, which obviously you and I don't believe, but even if we're going to sit here and act like that's the case, Giroux only wanted Florida, got Tippett a first and a third. Sam Lee only wanted the Rangers, got Callahan a first and a second that became a first.
Yes. And if anyone I was thinking about this before too, Evan. If anyone decides to like bring up Patrick Kane as a comparison, there's a bit of a difference there, because Kane told everybody that he only wanted the Rangers. He like literally told the media, like, I'm upset that, you know, they got their guy and it's not me. That's exactly what he said. So that made sense that he went for pennies on the dollar, because no one was going to give up assets for that, because he only wanted to play there.
And he only was here, on one hip.
Half the league was interested in Panarin. And he himself, like, there were reports that he was willing to sign an extension in San Jose. He wanted to go play with Bobrovsky and in Florida. Right? Like, this is unbelievable. I don't believe that he only wanted LA. You're just going to throw that out there? Why? Because it's convenient for you? Go fuck yourself, man. I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, no, I don't believe any of the lies at all. Again, like, the whole he only wanted to be LA thing, I said it before you joined the stream. The two people that said it were Molly Walker and Vince Mercogliano. I mean, that's all you need to know. Like, the two mouthpieces said it themselves, and then you have Cam Robinson going out there saying pretty much the opposite, shutting it down, saying other teams never saw it that way and were shocked by that report. So, yeah, again, damage control. That's all it is.
Yeah, but damage control from what? Like, his image, like, Chris Drury's image is already, like, ruined in our eyes.
Well,
pretty much,
he wants to
75, I'd say about 75. What's that?
He wants to try to save it to some degree and try to make it look like, well, my hands were tied. I couldn't do anything.
Well, yeah. Well, 75% of the fan base is already against him. So they're still going. It might be more. That's all I see on Instagram nowadays is people saying that they want Chris Drury gone. Little by little, man. Little by little, everyone has gotten on your little train there, Evan.
You would be surprised, though, by some of the comments I've got in the stream. I had someone telling me, oh, Chris Drury could solve world hunger, and you'd complain there's not enough gluten options. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. He's not solving world hunger.
Yeah, why? By doing nothing? That's his entire tenure as a Rangers GM in a nutshell. Is I'm going to win by doing absolutely nothing. I'm going to inherit this roster, make zero changes, and then when shit hits the fan, I'm going to throw my hands up and say, well, I tried my best. And then that's it. That's it. I'm not going to make the team better. Meanwhile, all the other teams, your rivals are getting better. The cup winners are getting better. Both conferences, everybody. Look at the league. The league is so competitive now, and the Rangers have fallen behind. So far in the dumps. We're an embarrassment. An embarrassment. Probably the easiest team to play against in the league. I can't even watch the Rangers. I can't even watch the games. It's so hard to watch them because it's like watching paint dry. It's boring. They don't play an inspiring brand of hockey. I hope things change. I really do. But if it's not the retool, then you might as well. If you're going to trade for prospects, trade all of your guys that right now. Like force everyone out. Force Trocheck out. Force Miller out. You got to trade Schneider because you absolutely the next person that should get traded is Braden Schneider. I mean, what Rasmus Anderson got traded for, insane. Now, I mean, if we're operating on Drury's terms here, based on how this trade went, he's going to get half of 75% of what Anderson got, which is not good.
That's generous. I think 75% at this rate's generous. Again, the fact that the trade comparables I laid out, especially the Giroux one, where it's like you get a young roster player, a first and a mid-round pick, and you can't even sniff that in this return it's a disgrace. Like, I don't believe he only wanted LA, but if we're going under that assumption that he truly did only want LA, it is complete bullshit to defend the GM that notoriously is a liar and notoriously sucks at his job. Like, I just can't understand how people are trying to rationalize this at all.
And I know there's probably going to be people saying, like, see, I told you he wouldn't go for that much. He's old. Look at Panarin's stats. The dude's insane. He's still operating at a point per game player, and he's, 34 years old? He's well above that. He's never dipped below that production in any of his years with the Rangers. I think we talked about it on my show. Matt brought it up on my show last week. It was he had over 170 multi-point games as a Ranger. And he was still doing that, even in his final year of his contract. The guy is nuts. Great regular season performer. He will get you to the playoffs. He'll get you to the dance. So, in my eyes, even if he's 34 years old, you still have to pay a pretty penny, especially because they're retaining 50% of the contract. We didn't even talk about that, Evan. They retained 50% and they got nothing extra.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it, and I was saying this to Matt and a couple of other people that when we heard the rumors of Tampa Bay and how they'd have to take Bjorkstrand, or if they move him with Carolina and take Kotkaniemi's contract, why is it that the Rangers seem to be the only team where they're taking on a contract, but they don't get more in return for taking on the contract and retaining salary on top of that?
Right.
It makes no sense.
It's like,
also, another
I don't know.
Oh, sorry, go.
It's not like it's like we're operating. We have a bad GM operating.
Yeah, it's almost like that. And I was gonna say before, the other point where you brought up the age thing, Brad Marchand last year got moved at age 36, 37, and got what ended up being a first round pick.
Yes.
Thank you for the $2, Jay Lewis. Panarin's value was never great due to his playoffs. I don't believe that for a second.
No, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree there at all. And I appreciate you, Jay Lewis. You're always in the chat, active, donating. I don't agree with that notion.
Yeah, I understand. His playoffs are bad, but I'm assuming that he's a Rangers fan. So other teams don't realize other fans don't realize how bad he was in the playoffs. I'm not certain about other players that disappear in the playoffs, but I know that there are great players that I would kill to have on my team. And I'm sure they kind of go quiet in the playoffs. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but if I were a fan of another team and I saw Panarin, I would want him. I don't care about his playoff statistics because he's a great player. So I mean, I don't agree with that. I'm with you, Evan.
Yeah, no, I can't get behind that. And I have someone that replied to my tweet saying, "No way you're using a trade from 10 years ago. Why not mention Marchand or Kane?" Okay, how about last year when JT Miller only wanted to be a Ranger and fetched more? How about that as
Yes.
well?
Oh my God, that's a great one. It's a great one.
It's a contract that was viewed as one of the worst in the league. Like I can't. These Drury shills are just so funny.
I have no hope here. No hope. Like we have some rough going here. Like the only thing I could see like to make things exciting between now and the end of the season is if like Sullivan just runs Gabe Perreault out there in top 6 minutes for the rest of the season. And I mean, I don't even know if that's a thing. That's the only thing that's like exciting on
That's
the docket.
The thing that's annoying though is like they advertise this whole retool thing, and it's like you're not even giving Gabe and your younger players more of a leash and opportunity here right now. Like it's so ass backwards. Like that's why again, this whole thing, it is nothing but a lie. All this GM does is lie, and for whatever reason, people still believe it. It's beyond me.
The entire Rangers organization seems to be so obsessed with like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. That's really just what it feels like they try to do with every single thing that they do. It's like, all right, we need a better pair for Fox. We need someone who could like move around and whatnot. What do? They trade for Carson Soucy, and then they pair him with him last season, and hopefully that'll get us into the playoffs. Let's see. What else do they do? We need more scoring. We're playing good defense at the beginning of the season. We're playing good defense. We need more scoring. Let's call up Gabe Perreault, but let's not give him top 6 minutes. Let's give that to Connor Sheary instead, who has 1 goal in like 2 calendar years. What else? Brendan Hoffman. We need more scoring. Let's call him up and not give him a single minute in the top 6. Let's play him on the 4th line. Not play him on the power play. Let's go with that. We need more. We need our power play to work. So let's run 5 forwards out there. We allow 3 shorthanded goals in 2 weeks. Let's keep running it out there. You know what I mean? Like this stuff on repeat. And it's not just from this year. This goes back to like when like Gallant was the head coach. Even before then. That's what really pisses me off about the Rangers organization. That if there could be one thing that could change and make me happy, it's that. It's stop doing that. Stop saying, all right, we believe in the rebuild, we believe in this process, and then do the opposite. Like what you said, the ass opposite of what you believe, you believe in.
Yeah, that's just the biggest problem in all this. I am gonna bring in Nick now, though. Nick, the floor is yours.
Hey, guys.
Oh, boy.
What's up, pals? I see Evan's got a smirk on. He's been chuckling.
Oh, boy.
You having a good chuckle, Evan?
Warning to headphone users. Warning to headphone users. I just have a feeling, man.
No, I'm not going to yell. Listen, I'm wearing my Halloween costume right now, so I'm ready to play pretend for a couple hours. So.
Oh, boy.
let's all sit here and play pretend for a little bit, okay? So, first and foreskin, all right? Who's wrong? Is Molly Walker and Vince fucking Lunchboy Mercogliano wrong? Or is every single other insider wrong? Did the Rangers have options on the table? Or was Panarin always only going to LA? Like, what was it? It was reported Panarin wanted 5 years, $50 million. He then turns around and signs for 2 years, $11 million a year. So I don't know what the fuck to believe. Because listen, if it truly was only LA, as much as it sucks, whatever, bro. I still think he got fucking fleeced when you look at the Giroux trade and the St. Louis to the Rangers trade, as Evan pointed out earlier. But who is wrong here? Like, I'm telling you right now, I have a very hard time believing, and I could be wrong, that Molly and Vince were right in the entire time, despite everybody else's reporting, including them not reporting this on their own, by the way. These are the Rangers insiders. Never fucking, for some reason, had a read on this. Meanwhile, everyone in the world knew Giroux only wanted to go to Florida. No, the Rangers, a giant organization that employs thousands and thousands of people, that couldn't find a single reliable leak to tell them this, that he only wanted to go to L.A. I just don't know what to believe. I genuinely don't know what to believe. I would think that maybe every other insider in the world is maybe not wrong, but we're also talking about NHL insiders who got beat to the biggest trade the NHL has seen in a calendar fucking year by a guy who covers football, mind you. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to believe. I'm sitting here, I'm at work, I'm rapidly refreshing my Twitter, expecting to see nothing, and then when I see something, it comes from the fucking football guy. I don't know. What am I supposed to sit here and believe? Oh, and then you got the fucking the Drury's defender army on Twitter, like, he got everything he could. You guys are unbearable, blah, blah, blah. Take you and your 28 followers, put an egg in your shoe, and fucking beat it, dude. I am so over this shit. We're going to sit here, right? And anyone that approves of this trade, I don't even know what to fucking tell you at this point. Liam Greentree is not a good prospect. Like, literally not a good prospect. He got outscored while playing more games than Ilya Protas last year in the OHL, who, mind you, Ilya Protas was taken like fucking close to 60 picks after Liam Greentree was taken, and Ilya Protas outscored him. Protas played less games than Greentree. Protas leaves. Greentree stays in the OHL while the rest of the good players in the OHL either graduated because they were over the age of 20 or went to the NCAA with all the other really good CHL prospects, and somehow is scoring at a lesser clip and is third on his team in scoring. Now, I will say this, third on his team in scoring, albeit playing, I think, 7 or 8 less games than them. Regardless, the guy is not even showing signs of aggression. He did not make Team Canada in his draft year. He did not make Team Canada in his draft plus 1 year. He just made Team Canada this year in his draft plus 2. Played 3 games and had 1 fucking point. I mean, what do we, dude? We get it, dude. He's Brennan Othman with a name that has a color in it. Sick. All right. I mean, what do we? I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be excited about. Oh, that third round pick could be a second round pick. Okay, great. What is Drury going to do with a second round pick? The guy hasn't hit on any of his first round picks yet. Perreault has been his most productive draft pick, and the guy's got, is Perreault even half a point a game in his NHL career? I don't know. I have so many thoughts about so many different things. From the terrible coverage from all insiders that no one can seem to agree on shit. I think it was Cam Robinson tweeted right after Molly and Vince were saying, oh, it was only LA, saying that he heard that a lot of teams were really surprised to hear that it was only one team. And that just further pushes me towards that the Rangers insiders are complete and utter shills for Drury, and are either
just the mouthpiece. It's damage control. That's
I'm telling. I don't know what else. I don't even know how else to perceive that other than it's them doing damage control for Drury. I'm not accusing them of being on Drury's payroll, but like I don't know how else you could see it, because everybody else seems to think that they're wrong about this, but them. They seem to think that they're right about it. So I don't know. Also, too, how the fuck do we go from this morning, oh yeah, the Rangers asked for Ryan Leonard from the Capitals and Will Smith from the Sharks, to fucking Liam Greentree? I mean, Corey Pronman, not that this is a guy that anybody should take serious. I mean, I would seriously buy a bridge from a troll before trusting anything that Corey Pronman says. This is the guy that's like Grigory Denisenko and Vitaly Kravtsov were the 2 best prospects not in the NHL at one point, and he said it with a straight fucking face. So not that this guy is anything to take serious, but I think I saw something that he had Liam Greentree rated as 164th of all the prospects he ranked, right? Something. Am I on the nose there? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Is it 134, 164, whatever it was? So we settled for a guy who, if anyone's a fan of the MLB, is not even in the top 100, right, of prospects in the league, according to Corey Pronman. Again, not a guy to take serious, but he's the only one that does these kind of rankings, so we don't really have anything else to base him off of. You're not even getting a top 100 prospect. You're getting a third that might be a second-round pick. Oh, hold on a second. Don't worry, because if LA makes it past the fucking second round, congratulations, you've also gotten a fourth-round pick. Great. No, it's just what we need, right? And to go back on Evan's point again, and if you guys want to cut me off, please feel free, because I know I'm rambling. The Florida Panthers, for Claude Giroux, who, again, only wanted to go to Florida, and it was well documented by everybody in the world he only wanted to go to Florida. Got a first-round pick, Owen Tippett, a young roster player, and I think they got another mid-round pick or a third-round pick maybe. How did Claude Giroux, nothing against him, who is having a not-so-great year with Philadelphia, at least not as good as what Panarin's doing with the Rangers, acquire more than what the Rangers got from LA for Artemi Panarin? None of it makes sense to me. None of it does.
Can I give you the rebuttal that someone gave me in the replies to that?
Oh my God! Please enlighten me.
So someone said that the trade's not recent enough. That trade wasn't recent enough to make it a fair comparable, and that's probably the problem. Apparently I used too old of a trade as a comparable.
Are you fucking too old of a trade? That thing wouldn't even. If that trade was a human, it wouldn't even be in fucking preschool.
And then I quote tweeted him saying, bringing up the fact that JT Miller only wanted to be in New York last year and fetch more. And I said, thank you for playing. And he says, you really think you did something with that, lol.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I am so convinced that the Ranger and Dolan pay people to go on Twitter and just rebut anything that is negative. That is, I'm not even joking. I have seen buses not normal in length contain more knowledge than what that is. Not recent enough. Are you fucking serious? Not how
Nick,
much
you
more
did
reason
not
do you
just say
want?
that.
20 minutes ago? What are we talking about here?
Might I offer an ice cold take? I will go ahead and say this is worse than the Buchnevich trade.
Yes. The Rangers got, you could seriously have a genuine argument. The Rangers got just as much from Michael Grabner as they did for Artemi Panarin. Grabner got a second.
Holy shit! Oh my God, you are so right. Oh my God.
Yegor Reichel was regarded as a B or B minus prospect, and the Rangers got a second round pick guaranteed to boot. The Rangers got what could be a second round pick and a B minus prospect in Liam Green trade. So you could seriously make the argument the Rangers got more or equal value for Michael Grabner than they got for Artemi Panarin. One of the best forwards, excuse me, one of the best forwards in Rangers history, and they got more from Michael Grabner.
But the no trade clause, that's the problem.
But everybody knows he's getting traded. But everybody knows he's getting traded, Nick. So they shouldn't have to offer as much. But.
Right.
That was the other problem, though, that I brought up before you guys joined. That I forgot who it was in the chat brought up, or if I saw it on Twitter. That one of the worst things they did was publicly say they weren't extending Panarin. Like that was one of the dumbest things they could have done, and we said it at the time as well. I want to read a couple of super chats though before you guys keep going. Thank you for the $5, Jay Lewis. Brett Berard, top 6 in Hartford, 4th line scratch here. I want to see Berard get top 6 minutes. He gets in Hartford. He's more than a 4th liner. Again, why? But this is
square peg in a round hole. There it is again.
Yes. Also, yeah, I will give Billy this one. The Quinn Hughes trade was the biggest trade in the calendar.
I forgot about that.
Forgot about that, Valid.
NG saying so long McKenna to the Rangers, bro's jailbound. Wait, what? He got arrested? Oh my God, he did.
Wait, what?
Gavin McKenna just got arrested? He got charged with a felony.
No way.
It cannot be real.
I'm dead ass. I just saw it.
What happened?
Wait. He is facing 4 charges, including a felony of aggravated assault after an alleged altercation downtown Saturday night.
Oh, my dear fucking Lord.
Oh,
okay,
boy, that guy was boozing. He was boozing.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right, well, I mean,
my God.
So let's just absolutely punt the Gavin McKenna conversation, and that shit ain't happening.
Chris Drury is set to speak to the media tonight at 7:30.
What is he going to say? Hey, guys.
I want to ask him a question. I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
Wow,
I just want to. I just want to talk.
That Claude Giroux not recent enough thing is actually. That's one of the craziest.
You're still thinking about that?
Yeah, dude. The trade's what, 3, 4 years old? That's not. What is recent enough?
If it was a human, he wouldn't even be in preschool.
Yes, what is recent enough? That's insane, dude. People have articles of food in their cupboards that are older than that fucking trade. What are we talking about? There's probably pasta. There's like fucking burrito pasta sitting on shelves at King Cullen that are of the same age of that trade. It's insane.
Holy shit, this McKenna thing is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's nuts. He got arrested last night though.
It sounds like it.
He got arrested last night. NHL insiders didn't find out until about 20 minutes ago. Like,
It says if found guilty, McKenna could face up to 20 years in prison on the felony charge alone.
Yeah, it sounds like worst case scenario. I guarantee he's probably, unless we got to obviously hear the serious raw.
Are we talking about the same Gavin McKenna?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Someone said Drury will still draft him. I mean, now he definitely is gonna want to. Like Anthony said, he wants that grit here.
He's gonna make him into a fourth line grinder. And you will play next to Edstrom and Rempe for the rest of your career, and you will like it.
He probably
We'll sign 40-year-old Panarin when he's scoring like 1 point every 10 games to a deal and play him in our top 6.
Damn.
Better yet, we'll go and get 65-year-old Yager and play him in our top 6.
How did nobody notice that like the premier player in the NCAA was just fucking missing until 20 minutes ago? How is that just now breaking news?
Wait,
hold on. I know. Let me guess. Shams tweeted about it, right? Literally anybody but couldn't have been an NHL.
I can't believe we didn't. It took us that long to mention Adam Schefter, of all people, reported that. I saw the first thing. I was like, I got an ESPN notification from Adam Schefter. Rangers standout. Panarin's been traded to the Kings. What the hell is that's like a polar bear in Arlington, Texas kind of moment. What the hell is Adam Schefter doing in the NHL?
It's fucking crazy. Oh my god. I don't know. Obviously,
you know what? The insiders bother me too. You have like all the insiders saying the same thing at the exact same time about Nick Bukestad getting traded to the Devils. Like all my feed is, oh, Devils trade for Bukestad, trade a pick and a prospect. Prospect to be named later. Oh, I'm hearing the prospect is this guy. And then every single journalist and insider, I'm hearing the prospect is this guy. Sources confirmed. Yes. Okay. 4th round pick. Conditional pick. Oh, no salary retention. Everyone's saying the same thing all at the same time.
Well, and the fact that it takes them up until the trade is registered for them to even know what the hell's going on just tells me that there's not a single NHL insider that knows what they're doing. That's why I cannot trust a single NHL insider. Like maybe Elliot Friedman, but like his shit is so speculative. I don't even know. Like, I just don't understand. Like, for what felt like the better part of a month and a half now, we're hearing 7, 8, 9 at some point 10 different teams are in on Panarin. He wants $50 million. He wants all this shit, and he goes to a team in LA that I don't think anybody had in their top 3 or top 4, and signs for 3 years and fucking $28 million less than apparently what he was asking for. None of this added up. Like I don't know. Maybe it was smoke and mirrors. Like maybe Drury was trying to drive his price up. I'm trying to look at it from both sides. But I'm going to end up getting cross-eyed if I do and put on a list maybe. So maybe I just will stop trying to look at it from the Rangers side. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so confused. Everything the Rangers do, I refuse to understand.
Ken Holland absolutely fleeced Chris Drury here. I mean, LA Kings fans are like cheering in the streets right now. Like,
dude, everybody,
that's an amazing trade for them.
This is so consensus.
It's
LA
amazing trade for them.
Funny. Dude, I genuinely, I don't
Well,
think
that's
there's
not a question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Point
There's
me to the
nobody.
person who thinks the Rangers won. I want to bonk them on the head with a hammer. Point
Dude,
me to
I
that
would.
person. I want to talk to them.
No, I would want their brain studied. I would need to know what the hell's going on there. Like, what developmentally happened that would lead them to think such a thing.
Well, Drury did all
They
he
got
could.
paid by
Remember that.
Dolan.
Yeah, Drury did what he could. How many times have we heard Drury did what he could? He sucked as a player. He sucked as a GM. Dude, he was the GM. Let's not sit here and play pretend, even though I already said we are playing pretend. Let's not play pretend. This guy was given the keys to Hartford to give them everything they could to be competitive. I think he was the GM of Hartford for, what, 2 or 3 years? And they were somehow worse than they were before. And Hartford's never been good. I don't
He
know.
did everything he could, man. That's the story of Drury's tenure. He did everything he could to get Eichel. He did everything he could to get Gensel. He did everything he could with this trade. He tried. Like
Do more.
That's the story of the Drury tenure.
We always use the Kachuk trade with the Panthers and Huberdeau. He did all he could. Really.
Yeah.
Then that's not
Did all it
enough.
could, made
That's
the cup
not
3
enough.
years in a row.
All he could. You really. Because when I think of all he could, I think of the Panthers shipping out their franchise, like their all-time franchise leader in points.
Who just set
For a
records
season.
with 150 points.
That set records. Coming off a President's Trophy season. I think of them doing all they could.
Meanwhile,
but when you want a prospect hog and you want to hold on to your first round picks and you don't want to give them out, that's not doing all you could.
Dude, we had people with a straight face say that they were weary about trading Nils Lundqvist in the Eichel deal. I remember seeing that on Twitter. Like, that was
I was one of those people. I feel like such an idiot. I feel like a buffoon.
I just, man. The Rangers have never gone all in on shit. The most exciting offseason the Rangers had was when they brought in Panarin and Trouba. Like, that was like, oh, wow, they're making steps to accelerate this rebuild. And somehow, I'm not going to go over it all again, everything they blew. Everyone knows the story. I'm not going to sit here and repeat it again. But this is like the biggest failure. This is the biggest 7 to 8 year failure in the history of any franchise ever. I cannot believe how badly this thing was fumbled from top to bottom. They just, seriously, like, you can go in hindsight and look at this rebuild and make the argument the Rangers did not do a single thing right. Like, cool, they had 2 conference finals appearances, great. Of those 2 conference finals appearances, they were 4-8. So you had a 25% winning percentage. I mean, if you throw in overtime losses, it looks a little bit different. But you had an overall win-loss of 25%. So, like, I don't know. What are we supposed to celebrate here? I don't know. I don't see anything to celebrate. I don't think they did.
I get what you're saying, Nick. It could have been so much more. It could have been so much more. Like that. All those prospects and the talent they had, and it got nothing. Fox.
The only thing left, Fox. You can't even credit them with Shesterkin because that was drafted years before the rebuild was even a thought. I think he was 2014, if I'm correct. Shesterkin. So he was drafted when the rebuild wasn't even a thought, right? It wasn't even a swimmer in the nutsack of the mythical father that is this fucking team, right? So that wasn't even a thought yet. All right, he wasn't even a swimmer. So we're not gonna sit here and play pretend and say Shesterkin was part of it. It was just Fox. Fox is the only thing that has come out of this rebuild that is worth a damn. And the guy's hurt so often because they keep playing him hurt. Like, is he even going to be something in a while? Like, what if Fox's knee is so bad it's unrecoverable? What happened to him? I hate to say that we were at that game when that knee injury first happened, when Aho knee-on-kneed him.
Yeah.
We were there for that. But as pointed out by Evan last week, I think it was you, Evan, right, that pointed that out, that we were there for that?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I don't know, like, of all those first round picks, all those picks in the first 2 rounds, all the prospects acquired, all the players signed, everything they did, and the only thing they have to show for it is Adam Fox, who is very, very injured very often. I don't know. I still think a lot of it comes back to Drury. I think a lot of it maybe has to do with Rangers ownership and not being patient enough. God, I would love to see the alternate universe where Dolan and Gordon were still here, and we got to see them see their vision through, and what would have become of it. Who knows? I still think the main thing that would be different is Eichel would have been a Ranger that summer. I think we could all agree that was going to be the case because the Eichel to Rangers flames were fanned the second they were gone. It seemed like it was like dead stop after that. It just wasn't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I have people that tell me that's not the
It
case, of
se-
course.
it seems so. I'm
no.
thinking about like last year was all about like, or at least for me, it was my hatred of the players
Yeah.
and them quitting and giving up. This year, it's my hatred for the management.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
it is. Like they
do you, it's so sad. Do
more
you
or
guys
less put the
remember?
same team on the ice.
But do you guys remember like those live streams? We're only talking about 3 years now. Those live streams when the Rangers got Tarasenko and then got Kane, or when they won 7 straight playoff games, like those live streams, like how happy, excited, and genuinely thrilled we were. For it to turn around and fall on his face as fast as it did is just, it's so mind-boggling. It speaks to the players they had. It speaks to the leadership and the management. It just organization, like top to bottom. I just don't know. As an owner, if you are Dolan, how are you not like, dude? I think this whole fucking thing needs to be torn down and reset. Like, this is such a failure in every
Like
single department.
No, Nick, we
Fire
weren't
the
happy.
fucking
We're never
fire the
happy.
fucking janitors, dude. Like, every piece of this organization needs to be taken out. The guy, the jerk that's making the fucking $30 popcorn, can his ass too. Get rid of all of them. There is nobody that should be left after this just abysmal failure.
no, leave the people who
Uh,
make the prime rib steak. Make the leave those people. Those guys are good.
Yeah, you say leave them until they raise the prices too. I don't know. There's just nothing left, dude. The escalators don't even work at the Garden all the time. I mean, there was nothing there that works or even wants to work anymore, dude.
Thank you for the $5, Jay Lewis. Drury did get a bunch of concussions in his playing career, so everything makes sense.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
fucking great point.
I'm
That's a
Whoa.
gonna bring
great
on
point.
I'm gonna bring on Matt though. Why did it go that way? Wait. There we go.
Most should have
Matt,
met you.
the floor is yours.
Oh man, what can I say? Another day in Rangeland and another day where Drury's a fucking idiot.
Yep.
I mean, really, what is there else to say? Listen, and like we've been talking about this like the last couple weeks. Our expectations were already low
Mm-hmm.
on a fucking package to get back, and this motherfucker somehow managed to even go lower than our expectations. It's really amazing. And don't give me this bullshit about Panarin only wanted to go to LA. I ain't believing that fucking damage control bullshit. It was the same damage control bullshit with the letter
Yep.
2.0 where we want to build around our prospects. We want to build around speed and skill. And then yeah, the prospect report on Liam Greentrees is that he's an under the radar or he's an average to below average skater at best. I mean, come on, man. It's a bunch of bullshit. Anyone that's believing this PR story, it's all a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
lies. There were probably offers to go somewhere elsewhere, but no, in natural Drury ways, he got bitched. And this isn't the first time he's gotten bitched either by his players. He got bitched by Trouba in the
Yep.
2024 offseason. He's got bitched multiple times by other players as well. Like this is not a surprise to anyone. And to others saying that other GMs could have or there's no guarantee they would have gotten a better return. And listen, you're entitled to that opinion, right? I just don't believe it. And again, similarly to like what Evan was saying, like listen, if this wasn't the first time that Drury got basically, bitched and, you know, destroyed on a return for a player, then yeah, I could have gone along with the narrative that, that Panarin only wanted to go to LA. But this isn't the first time he's gotten rinsed on a return. So I'm not gonna believe,
Yep.
these whole PR stories at all. Only to LA. Get out of here. And Cam Robinson said the same thing that other teams were going under the assumption that Aaron was open to coming to them as well. So I'm not believing any of this nonsense. It's just it's amazing. It really is amazing that how screwed this organization is. I don't know if anyone else is in here or they're off to the side, but I mean yeah, it's a joke. It's terrible. Next letter. Yeah, I know they all dipped on me. It's kind of crazy. I go on break, but it is what it is. Yeah. Next letter better be a fucking pink slip for Drury. I can't stand this guy. Like I said, like I had low expectations. We all had low expectations of a return. The fact that this guy couldn't get a first round pick for Panarin it's ridiculous. It's a joke. It is it is a joke. 100%. Missing playoffs for 2 decades. I mean, we listen. We already thought this upcoming decade was going to be bad. It's about to be a whole lot worse. If you trade Panarin, you have to rebuild. How do you plan to compete? I mean, they're not competing regardless. Drury cut comms again. It's just a joke. It's 100% a joke.
Nothing to be taken serious with this organization. It's one giant fantasy story.
Matt, were you in the chat when I brought up a person that said when I brought up the Giroux thing and the St. Louis thing, apparently those trades are too old to use as comparables. That was what the blue teamers are saying now.
I mean, listen, are we really surprised? You know, blue teamers fantasy land. I mean, come on. What like what are we doing? Anything this fan base does anything to defend this guy. Chris Drury could go shit on their fucking living room floor and they said, more please, sir, more please, sir. It's a fucking joke. This franchise has been around for 100 years old. This fan base is as loud as the Yankee fan base. You would have thought that this team has won like 50 Stanley Cups by now, but their fucking standards are in the fucking bin. They make the bullshit excuses for failure. It's fucking comical. The incompetence that this franchise has.
It's so sad. I was literally just saying how how in love with this team we were like not that long ago. I mean, I've been watching the Rangers since as far as I can remember 2004. Right, I remember my dad yelling at like Bobby Holik and all the losers they had back then. But in terms of like conscious remembrance, I remember when the Rangers got Yager. I remember watching Yager, Nylander, Straka. One of my first ever hockey jerseys was a Martin Straka jersey, dude. This team has been such a big part of my life for so long. I mean, you want to know how big of a fucking deal this team was in my life at one point? I fucking took my now wife to get engaged at Madison Square Garden, right? That's how much of a loser I was and how obsessed with this team I was. I barely and rarely will even tune in to watch a game anymore because they have lost the plot so much. I'm so disinterested and lost and I'm almost This is the most miserable I've ever been of a fan of every fan base. And I've been rooting for the Mets my entire life. And this is the most miserable I've ever been as a fan of any team ever. It is. You're watching players that don't give a shit. Management that is completely just punted and don't give a fuck anymore. There's nothing left to get excited and root for. It's just disappointing as a fan. They keep spitting on us like, oh no, you'll root for us no matter what. Here's a fucking $30 beer for your $5,000 ticket so you can watch this team get fucking shit on and punked and stuffed in a locker on a nightly basis. I don't know. I don't think there's any other. The Cleveland Browns treat their fans better than the Jets treat their fans better than the Rangers do lately. It's so bad. It's so disappointing. It's just there's nothing left to root for. There's not a single prospect in the system that anybody's excited for. Are you excited for fucking EJ Emery? We're not going down that rabbit hole again. All right. We are not going down that rabbit hole again. You sit there and be excited for Emery, for fucking Malcolm Spence, who isn't even a fucking point a game. Like, that was our shining draft pick who we're all excited for, including myself. That really isn't doing that great. Oh, nice. We got Liam Greentree. Barely a point a game in the OHL. Sick. Can't wait to hang my nuts on that one. Stupid. Fucking Brett Berard's going to be fucking 50 years old in a month. He's a point a game in the AHL, barely. Sick. Let's call him up and play him on the fourth line. I'd love to see him and Brzezinski tear it up on line 4 while Rempe and his giant giraffe-looking ass flanks them on the fucking right. Oh, let's put Edstrom out there. Watch him skate 30 miles an hour to another fucking injury, so he's gone for 6 months. Oh, yeah, Hoffman. Drury's like, oh, this is the guy. This is what we want. This is the Callahan that plays hard, scores a lot of goals. This, that, and the third. The guy's got 1 goal in 4,000 fucking games. He can't do a damn thing. I love Gabe Perreault. Still can't skate. The guy's been playing hockey for 25 years. Still can't fucking skate. I don't know. Go find another Carson Soucy and trade a 3rd-round pick for him, please. Just stick the knife in me and twist it and get me another Carson Soucy so I could really just be committed to finding another team at this point. I don't know what is our best prospect Drew Fortescue? Is that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, unless you want to say it is Green Tree.
God almighty, dude. I just
Wait, Nick, I don't know if you could see what I'm sharing on my screen, but could I read this real quick? This Chris Drury All-Star lineup.
I'm driving right now, so I'm telling you right now, be very careful of the names you list because I will find the nearest tree.
On the first line, starting at left wing, Vladimir Tarasenko. At center, JT Miller. Right wing, Patrick Kane on one hip. The second line, at left wing, Sammy Blais. At center, Vincent Trocheck. At right wing, Andrew Kopp. On the third line, at left wing, 50-year-old Blake Wheeler. At center, Alex Wenberg. At right wing, everyone's favorite trade deadline acquisition, Jack Roslovic. On the fourth line, Tyler Mott. He's so good that we had to trade for him twice. At center, Barclay Goodrow. He was so good that we had to give him $3.6 million. At right wing, Ryan Reeves. On defense,
No Riley Smith mentioned. Terrible.
Yeah, how could we forget that?
It's only a second.
Defense, Vlad Gavrikov and Will Borgen. On the second pair, we got Ben Harper and Justin Braun. On the third pair, we got Patrick Nemeth and Chad Ruedel. And in goal, we got Jonathan Quick and Spencer Martin.
Yeah, all-star lineup.
This is an awful team.
That's what we call grit and hunger right there.
Yeah, no Nick Bonino, surprisingly. No Carson Soucy.
What about Ryan Carpenter?
Yeah, Ryan Carpenter got snubbed.
Wait, is Dryden Hunt on here?
Oh, Dryden Hunt is missing from here. He should be on the second line. That's a bona fide top six winger right there.
All right, boys, I'm going to jump off. I'll be back later if you guys are still on.
All right, see you, Matt.
That's a cup-winning team in Cancun right there.
Which one you said it's a hungry lineup? Which one you said it?
I didn't say it's a hungry lineup.
I want to hear it. Which one you said it?
No one said that.
Was it Matt?
Oh.
Damn it, he just left. He's lucky.
No, Matt didn't say that. I don't think he said that.
I had a comment about the hunger of that fucking lineup.
No, we said Dryden Hunt.
You couldn't even put Louis Domingue in there? At least we. I mean, that would make sense.
One second.
Spicy pork. That was whoever made that on Twitter. Bravo.
That was Nick Sororis that tweeted that one.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Nick, you're cutting out. Oh yeah, no Calvin DeHaan either there.
Miss.
Yeah, Kaliev doesn't make the cut there.
No, Nick, we didn't say a hungry lineup. We said Dryden Hunt was missing from that lineup. That's what we said.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, it's hungry. There are fucking third world countries that are more well fed
I said Hunt. Yeah, I said Hunt. Vetrano was missing.
Oh, Frankie V.
Yeah, he was too good of a potentially reclamation project that we had to let him go because Barclay Goodrow is taking up our cap space.
God almighty, dude. Man, that's crazy.
We were waiting I waited so long for the Range for Chris Drury to make that like Rick Nash trade where like not like to get rid of some I'm saying like when they made the trade to get Nash in 2012 in the summer. I was waiting for that trade for so long and it never happened. And then I think Matt and Evan were waiting for like a Broussard like trade where they got younger but they like invested in the future a little bit, almost like a retool kind of trade.
Yeah, they probably could have had that with Kreider after he scored 50 goals, or even after the following season against 77 points, but they didn't do it. They held on to him despite every fucking sign showing nothing but regression, but they held on to him for one more year. He leaves, and then Shocker is doing way better in Anaheim, which everybody fucking predicted. So whatever.
Yeah, but they got Casey Tarrant, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, what is he at? Is he at 3 points in 40 games?
No, I think he got up to 5 points at least.
Holy shit! Call up now.
We could use Kaliev as our 13th forward in that lineup there.
I'm being serious. I think Kaliev is a point a game in the Senators' minor affiliate right now.
Yeah, because everybody does better like when they leave the Rangers. It's just like the Jets, like Sam Darnold in the fucking Super Bowl. It's sad to be a Jets fan. It's sad to be me right now.
Yeah, you're kind of cooked right now. At least you got the
I
Mets to look
am
forward to at
cooked.
least for 12 months before
The
Bichette and
Rangers
Valdez.
suck. Chris Drury's terrible. Panarin just got traded. The Jets suck. They're never going to be good. The Patriots are back in the Super Bowl after like 2 years. They're finally good again. They're good again, and they're playing Sam Darnold.
Damn, Chris
Like, what'd you
Drury.
do?
Chris Drury actually murdered my optimistic companion here. I'm depressed.
Yeah, dude, no kidding. Joey was like the only little bit of light that we had left.
I'm sorry, guys.
Like, dude, like they totally just fucking Harvey Dented my boy over here. It was really Batman and Gordon that saw the evil. Harvey Dent, the bright future. You lived too long, Joey. That's what it is. You're the villain.
I'm living long enough to see myself become the villain. Is that what we're saying
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, whatever like candle that Joey had lit, Drury put out with his literal butt cheeks, and now it's just this is where we're at.
Kreider will come back at the age of 42 to play one game or like 15 games as like a pity contract, and then they'll retire his number. And they'll give him first line minutes.
Yeah. God, Evan, I'm telling you right now, dude, that you better put that Alex Tuck thing into a tweet because when it actually does happen, the world should know you had it first.
What happened? What is this?
My prediction is that the Rangers are going to use up the cap that they didn't spend on Panarin to get Alex Tuck and or Kiefer Sherwood.
And how, Nick? When were we? How long have we been talking about getting Alex Tuck for?
Yeah, well, long enough now to where it's past the point of being fucking cool and it's kind of washed.
Now we can't do it. Now we can't do it, right?
Yep.
Oh my God! Fuck you, Carson, for this fucking joke. He said if Nick drives it to a tree via anger, you think it will be a green tree?
That's a good one.
Fuck you, man.
That's a dad joke.
God damn it.
Carson, you're such a goof.
Who's that?
Carson from the chat.
Oh, I mean, what's next now? Like, I mean, obviously the Panarin trade was super disappointing. I wonder how much worse the Trocheck trade is going to be.
Can we fire Chris Drury right now?
It ain't happening, dude.
Rome wasn't built in a day, Joey.
I'm telling you right now, dude, it would take an Epstein-level takedown to get Drury out of office. He must have something over Dolan that's so harrowing that they would just never let him go.
Honestly, I think he would stay still at that point. But I was saying before, Joey, that you got to listen to Dolan. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day. Like, you got to give them time.
Oh, right. That's right. Rome wasn't built a day, but
Joey left on cue. Either that or he fucking crashed out on cue. God.
Probably just frisbeed his phone at the wall. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was sitting at work. Like, I had just gotten out of that meeting. I was just sitting, waiting. And when it finally came through and I texted you guys LA, and then you sent the tweet, I'm like, man, it's over. Literally over.
The Rangers called up Anton Bleed. What are they doing? Why are they not calling up Berard?
I promise you, Bleed is gonna get more ice time than fucking any of our prospects too, which is hilarious. I don't even know what to think about. This is crazy. Like, he actually genuinely broke like the method at which I use trade comparisons. Like that method is completely broken now. Like, historical trade data, and Drury just set a new fucking precedent with this fucking Panarin thing, dude. Genuinely just set a new fucking precedent for no movement clause trades, because we just talked about Giroux and St. Louis and what they got for those guys, and this guy just busted his best player.
Too old.
That's right. Too old. That's right. Too old. My bad.
And Carson, that's my point though. Like, it's so true that he could be in the files and they would find a way to defend him. I mean, it's fucking sickening, man.
Yeah, I could name about 100 accounts on Twitter that would.
It's so asinine. Like, that report is like so out of left field. Like, oh yeah, by the way, like what you said, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, out of all the things that he possibly could have said, like, we all know that he was getting traded, right? And then it's just like, oh yeah, we know that was the only team he would go to. Like, you
Yeah,
didn't
it
know
doesn't
that
even make
before?
sense.
You didn't say
does-
that?
It doesn't even, dude. Didn't someone also tweet today that the Capitals or another team was ready to offer him $50 million? So there's no way it was fucking LA that he only wanted to go to when he got $28 million and 3 years less than what he wanted. So I'm telling you right now, there is no fucking way that what Molly, Vince, and all these guys are saying are true, unless literally every single insider is wrong. And I don't follow Molly, I don't follow Vince. At any point, did they tweet that there was other teams interested?
Yes,
Because-
they did. Vince put out that tweet yesterday where I said it looked like he just copied Elliot Freeman's homework and put his name on it.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. So there's no fucking way this is the case. There's no fucking. I'm sorry. I
Are they
don't
the only
believe it for
two-
a second. I do
Are
not
they
believe
the
it for a
only two
second.
reporters saying that?
Yes, they were the only two that said it.
So I don't believe it. There is
doesn't make
nothing about it
sense.
that is believable. That it does not make sense. Everybody and their mother was reporting the complete and it was not even seen as a top 4 destination. I thought, like, what are we talking about here? How is
So-
anybody buying this shit?
The information that they're getting, the sources that they have are probably within the Rangers organization, and those people within the organization are probably telling them that on purpose. Like, I think it's what you
then
guys are
fucking
saying.
get new
It's
sources, dude.
damage
I'm
control.
sorry.
Eh,
This is
this
fucking
is-
bullshit. They're gaslighting their fucking fans now.
Everyone
They
had
always
Tampa
have. That's
being
the
front runners.
That's the Drury way. All he does is lie. That's what I've been talking about all stream. And yes, everyone did have Tampa Bay as the front runner, like Frosty's saying, but they lied about the reason for trading Buchnevich. They lied about the reason for extending Will Borgen. They're gonna lie about this letter. All this general manager does is lie. Yet for some reason, we're the idiots. We're the assholes for not believing the lies.
Yeah, I was an idiot for believing the reason about the Buchnevich trade, about we're going to give Lafreniere and Kako top 6 minutes. Meanwhile, it never happened, not once.
And the other
Never
reason they
once
gave was that they didn't have the
consistently.
cap space for him. Bullshit.
They
Bullshit, you
spent
didn't.
more to get all those. They spent more to bring in Nemeth, Reeves, and Gaudreau.
Right.
Man, this thing with fucking Molly and everyone coming to her defense saying, "Oh, she's not wrong, she's right." This is really fucking bugging me, dude. Because again, I'm reiterating again. That means either every NHL insider is severely misinformed, as we all believe they were. So it either completely removes whatever trust anyone should have in NHL insiders, or they are straight up lying to Molly and Vince, and feeding them bullshit, or Vince and Molly are fucking shills and are lying for them knowingly. Like, there is no good way
I
to
don't think
spin
they would do that.
report.
I think that the people within the organization are giving them like crap. They're giving them bad information.
They are.
I
That's
mean,
exactly what it is.
that could be the case, fine. But I'm telling you right now, and there is no good that comes out. It's either the Rangers are lying, the reporters are lying, the reporters are just wrong and stupid, or am I making sense? You guys know what I'm saying? Like, how like that is a really like outlandish fucking report, given that it contradicts literally every report we had leading up to this.
Yeah. That's why, again, I'm not. That's why I didn't buy it. The second that report came out, I was not buying the damage control.
Like, they're nice. Molly and Vince are nice people. Like Colin, I love Colin. Like, they're good people. Like, I enjoy
how nice they are. I'm just saying they're maybe not good at their job.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's just like I don't think that they would give false information. Like, they would just make stuff up. I honestly, genuinely think that, and this isn't the first instance of this. Like, remember the Trouba stuff that came out? I think the people within the organization are giving them like fake stuff or like stuff that they could use.
Intentionally misleading
the truth a little bit.
No,
I mean, that's what would line up. And, like, I'm not going to blame, like, Vince and Molly, like, for here. I'm just going to say, like, listen, the Rangers like to keep things close to the vest. They don't tell anybody anything, so they'll make stuff up. Like, the people
Well, how about this? This would be my rebuttal, all right? Is instead of them saying definitively this was the case, they should say something along the lines of, and maybe they did, so maybe I'm wrong, but then instead of saying this is definitively the case, which is what I'm led to believe they said because I haven't read their tweets, they should be like, this is just what I heard. Like, hey, like, here's a little caveat, guys. I heard this, not sure if it's true. That's what they should fucking say. Not have the whole world now suddenly believing what they're Can someone real quick, just so I don't sound like an idiot,
Okay,
can
here it is.
someone read
Here's
what
the
she
Molly
said?
tweet. Here's the Molly tweet, and then I'll read the Vince one. I'm told the Kings were the only team Artemi Panarin wanted to go to, and the only team the Rangers had to work with. Return is Green Tree, a third. I'm not reading the tweet. That's just a trade.
I'm told. I'm told. Yes, the wording
Okay.
in that.
I'm told. That's why I agree with you, Joey. I don't think they put this out just to be shills. I think
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Now
Drury's-
I'm going to redact a lot of what I said because
Yeah.
I thought it was the other way around, where she was saying it definitively. So I was misinformed. And I
no.
apologize for
Yeah, no,
for bringing her into question like that.
at first. I thought so at first too, but that's good that we have the conversation though, so we figure stuff out. Yeah,
But can
Here's
you
Vince's
can you
tweet.
tell me? Yeah, I want to hear what Vince said. This is what I want to hear.
He said pretty much the same thing. He said ultimately LA was the team Panarin picked and the only one he green-lighted the Rangers to make a deal with, according to a source.
Okay, so that's
right,
he is stating is a definitive thing. He is saying it as definitive, but there are people that are contradicting his report. So either he's being fed bad information, is running it with it as if what he was told is gospel,
I will
and
say
everyone else is
say,
wrong,
though,
or he's fucking bullshitting. Like
Evan.
someone is wrong. Like someone is very, very
Evan.
wrong.
Has anyone commented on that and asked Vince about? Has Vince responded to that? People say, because I know people will always ask him like how could this be true if everyone else is reporting this is happening? And Vince will usually respond to those people and say listen, this is just what I'm hearing. I've seen him do that multiple times. Has there been anyone asking about that?
Okay, wait. Here's an interesting one. So, someone replied. This is Axel, by the way. Great follow. So, he asked, so there were multiple bidders until the final moment, and that's the return Drury netted. Vince replied saying, I think you're misunderstanding. The Rangers were only given one team to work with in the end, but Panarin definitely explored several other options before making that decision. He had all the power here.
But this is what I'm saying. How the fuck is that what
different
Panarin settled on when he didn't get anything he asked for? He wanted 5 years, $50 million, and he got not even half of that in terms of term and money. So I don't fucking believe it, unless no one was willing to meet those demands and he settled for it. But then again, why would that be the case? Wasn't it reported not that long ago that if Panarin were to extend with the Rangers, he wanted $12 million a year? So he took less in a state where you're taxed even more with less term? None of this is adding up.
That one makes a little bit more sense for me because he's saying that the other teams did have offers for them, but Panarin chose to go there. I don't know why Panarin chose to go there.
But that still misses the point where he took less money, he took less term, and he's getting taxed more when California was thought to not even be a thoughtful destination. It seemed like he just wanted to be in the state of Florida.
The Rangers gave him permission to explore extensions with other teams, right?
Yes, and that's why I still can't get behind that this is factual, because like you opened up with when you joined, Joey, what makes LA so much more attractive than Florida? What is more attractive about
nothing
LA than the back-to-back champions and Tampa Bay, where you don't have to worry about taxes, and both of those teams are in a far better position to go on a run.
Which is why I'm saying this is I agree with you, Evan. We're with each other. This is damage control. This has to be there's no other way about it for me. I think, all right, so Vince and Molly are going off of what they're told, and they feel so confident in that they trust their sources. They're journalists, right? The people that give them information are usually right. But to them, to us, we're not sure. We don't know whether to trust those sources. They can, but we have no idea who they are.
I wonder if they're even sources. Again, this is why I think it could just be.
It's someone from the Drury tree feeding that information, or it is Drury. Just it has to be that's all it is. That's why this is damage control. Because if you were to tell me that an Elliot Freeman said this or Chris Johnston, I'd buy it a little bit. I wouldn't buy it fully because I still think that this doesn't add up. But at least there's something a little more to that. But the fact that you have Cam Robinson, who basically tweeted right after, basically saying that it doesn't make sense because other teams did not get that indication at all, that tells me all I need to know. Did
Arthur Staples say anything about it?
Let me check.
Because
It
usually
would
he's
also
right.
it would also be
Because
very fair to say.
because if you guys remember last year when Saravalli said the Rangers were in advanced discussions on Paterka, he denied that report and he ended up being right.
Arthur
That's a good
Stable
point. To
didn't
see what
say
Stable
anything.
says. I guess we
Arthur
wouldn't really
State.
also know unless Panarin himself was asked about
You
it
have to
and
wait
he gave
until
an
his
answer.
tri-state hockey report. He will absolutely say something.
Yeah, but is he getting information from the Drury tree also? Because he's closer to the Rangers than most.
Colin,
He's
I
got
bet
a
you
different line of information.
Colin would be a
It,
good source too because Colin is the furthest thing from a shill. That guy calls his team out on his bullshit when he sees it.
I know, but
who?
I still
Colin
agree.
Stevenson?
Mhm.
But I still agree with Joey that I don't think this is being a shill thing. I truly think they're getting information from the Rangers and they're putting it out there because they believe it.
Well, it makes sense too because you never see Vince or Molly break any trades or anything. They're never the first on anything, right? So, and that means that's telling me that the Rangers source, like the sources that they usually go to, this is just me spitballing right now. The sources that they usually go to are not giving them information. They're going to hold on to that until right until it happens.
Yeah, that's why I think I trust Colin and Staple more than them because they are right way more often than Vince
See,
and Molly are. It seems.
Colin is usually the last one to report, and that's not a bad thing as a journalist.
No, because he's probably fucking
Because he
fact checking instead of just spitting shit
wants to
out
be
the second
right.
he hears it.
He wants to be right. That's the thing.
God, dude, I don't know if it
But
was
like,
said already, dude. I really.
If Emily Kaplan didn't report that
Mhm.
that he was that was the only team, I don't think I believe. I don't think I believe
This
that
is also
Vince
like
and
not
Molly.
to if it's been brought up already, I'm sorry, but this is also one of those things where it's like rest in peace Larry Brooks because I would have loved to have heard his insight. Not only heard his insight, but hear what he also heard, not just his thoughts on what happened, like his opinions, but like what he actually knew, heard, and saw
I
during this
bet
whole
he
thing.
would have gotten it. I bet he would have gotten it before Emily or Adam Schefter. I bet he would have.
Yeah, he would have probably had it hours ago. He probably would have been like, "Hey, this is going to come down to LA. They're just working out the details on an extension, maybe."
Yeah, like he
Because
would have been able to say at least that.
yeah, because you know what? I will say this. I wonder. Well, I'm going to say two things real quick. I wonder if what brought it to the 3 p.m. deadline was they were trying to get the extension done beforehand, and when they couldn't, I guess they thought they were close enough to where Panarin felt comfortable waiving at that point. And then two, the second point I want to make: who was it that tweeted out? Not that was it. It might have even been Saravelli, or maybe it was Chris Johnson that said, "Hey, there's like a team that was thought to not be on his radar that's suddenly in on this that they're talking to." Who tweeted that out? And was that team LA? Because if they were saying, "Hey, yeah, suddenly a team that he wasn't originally interested in is taking a swing here," you know what I'm talking about. You guys know exactly what tweet I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
I didn't
yeah,
see it.
I forgot who put that out. Yeah.
Was it Cam Robinson? I don't know.
No.
I didn't
I'll
see
wait for
anything.
someone in the chat to update us on that. But
Because if that's the case and they were talking about LA, then their report is even more wrong, saying it was always LA or nothing, or it came down to LA or nothing. You know?
that again, yeah,
Like I
none
don't
of this
believe that
is
for
good.
a fact. That doesn't make any sense. It was always LA or nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't make
The
sense at
fact that
all.
we heard Tampa beat writers tweeting about this
Mm-hmm.
also,
Yes.
like
Yes.
nothing about it makes sense that this was only LA.
Yeah.
None of it.
No, I think it's wrong information. That's my conclusion.
We need more insiders to come out and give out what they heard because suddenly everyone's fucking radio silent and doesn't want to offer an opinion. I want to we should have a right to know what they're fucking hearing because these reports are just night and day difference. They are complete and utter polar opposites of each other. If
Granted, I
Elliot
haven't had a
Friedman
chance
turns
to
around
look
and
at
says
anything.
it, or like you said, like a Friedman or a Johnson, like, hey, you know what? They're right. I'll give them credit where credit's due. However, no one has corroborated what they said. Nobody. At least no one that's noteworthy.
Yeah, I don't believe. I have a hard time believing that.
And someone brought it up before in the chat. The whole thing that Panarin had held all the cards and had all the power. Like they could have just held him till the deadline.
But again, so did Claude Giroux and Marty St. Louis, and look at the returns those GMs got.
Old trades. Old trades.
Dude,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
so fucking sick of that he held. Dude, if he held all the cards, then he shouldn't have gotten traded for a damn thing. He should have gotten traded for future considerations, right? But no, it's not the fucking case. It's not how life. It's not how the hockey trades work. Do not get me started on this shit. All right, you guys know how autistic I am with the fucking studying of hockey trades. All right, this is not a joke. All right, so I don't want to hear this fucking thing. Shut up. Even though that's a thing, it's not like that big of a thing. At least it's not as big of a thing as people are putting it on a pedestal to be. You're talking about like legitimately. Panarin is still a top 5 left winger in the league. You could really argue a top 3 left winger, depending on where you put him, Kyle Connor, and Jason Robertson behind Kirill Kaprizov, right? So you could make the argument for top 3, say at least top 5, right? That is way higher than what Claude Drury was rated when he was traded, and probably higher than what Marty St. Louis was when he was traded. And they got significantly more. How and why? Because their fucking GMs know what they're doing and they're not pushovers like Chris Drury is. Unless maybe Drury was super against trading Artemi Panarin to an Eastern Conference team and LA was the only Western Conference team that Panarin would go to and thus he took less to get him out of the East, maybe? I mean, I guess it's
That's
a
what someone
thought.
brought up earlier, which, if that's the case, that's just a failure of a job. But
It's a vehement failure.
with the Giroux thing, this was a stat line before he got traded to Florida. In 57 games played, he had 18 goals, 24 assists for 42 points.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Are you... And that guy got a first, Owen Tippett, and what, a third?
Yep.
Not to mention, didn't they take on other pieces from Philly? I think they took on Rubtsov, who sucked, and like 2 other pieces. Maybe Connor Bunneman, maybe?
Let me check that. What the full...
Then maybe it really was coming down to LA. Maybe
you
that
got
really
that
was
right.
going.
And there was a 5th round pick, so...
I mean, dude, how does it even? How do you not get a first round pick? How about this? Instead of taking Greentree, I would have preferred the Rangers had got a first round pick and drafted their own player. Like, why are we after a guy that was drafted 2 years ago and has shown almost no signs of progress since he was drafted? He still has major skating issues, and he's fucking 20. He's about to be 21.
I said it earlier. It still would be less than the Giroux return, but if they at least got a first and Greentree, I could talk myself into this being an okay deal. I'd be a little underwhelmed, but at that point, it's being nitpicky because you really wanted probably more of a mid-round pick. But
yes, we wouldn't be having the conversation we are right now. We wouldn't be freaking out the way we are right now.
Right. So, like the lack of return on this trade that's what's kind of making me think like, oh, maybe it was. Really, he really did want to go to LA.
Yeah,
but that's just, to me. That's more back to like, why would Panarin want to go to LA above everywhere else?
Especially when LA was never really on the radar as a serious thing. It seemed like he really, like every Russian does, either wants to be in like New York or Florida, and that's not a generalization at this point. That is a literal thing. They all want to be in either Florida or Russia. It's or New York. It's a common thing.
Didn't Saravalli say that he would be willing to sign an extension in San Jose? Someone said that he would be willing to sign in San Jose.
Maybe California was on his radar, but dude, I highly doubt it, dude. They're really particular about their fucking taxes, and he would have made more money elsewhere. Again, dude, you're talking about $28 million he also left on the fucking table. I promise you, there were probably teams that were willing to give him that $50 million. Over how many years it was spread, I don't know. But to take $28 million less in LA, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they were wrong about what they reported about Panarin's extension. Maybe $50 million was never a thing.
It was only $22 million. 2 years. It was two. Yeah. It's a 2-year deal.
That's what I'm saying. He left $28 million on the table versus what he wanted, which was 50.
Wait, who gave him $28 million?
No. What I'm saying is he left $28 million on the table because he originally wanted 50 but settled for 22.
Oh, I got you. Yes.
And also, $11 million a year is less than what he was reported to be asking the Rangers for. Didn't we just hear about him asking like $12.5 million from the Rangers if they were to extend him this offseason? We did hear that, right? I'm not going crazy?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so then why is he taking less in a state with higher taxes?
I was going to say, he could have realistically, you could have swapped out Bobrovsky's contract for Panarin's essentially the next 2 years, and you're telling me he wouldn't have wanted to be in Florida more? Like,
yes.
I
also don't understand too. How do you go from Ryan Leonard and Will Smith, which was reported, maybe it was bad reporting, but which was reported this morning, to Liam Greentree? Those are a night and day difference prospect. You're going from B- to A- to A prospects. Like that is a massive, massive difference. Like, dude, I feel like all morning we heard, oh yeah, the Capitals made a massive offer and a massive swing today. What was that? Because I guarantee it was more than what Green Tree and a conditional third is worth. So what was it? It's like I'm getting so sick and tired of these insiders providing zero insight as to what's going on. When anything happens in the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, everybody knows what's happening. Why is it the NHL? These insiders cannot seem to figure it out. Why?
I have so many questions. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah, I just got home too. I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Yeah. Friday, Nick is going to be on my podcast. We're going to dissect this a little bit more. So, not to plug myself, but if you guys want to come check that out, Friday night, probably around like 6:00.
We will be there. Everyone,
All right.
go check out Ice Cold Takes to watch that on Friday, you said, right? Friday night. Everyone go watch Ice Cold Takes. Nick will be there. I'll send the link in the chat right now so you guys could go sub to Mr. D. Go give him love. Go give him support.
Appreciate it, Evan. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you guys coming on and saving the stream here because there was only so much I could have kept going in fucking circles with
I got
some
you.
of these people.
Mr. Evan, thank you, brother.
Appreciate you coming on, Nick.
I got you. Don't run out of steam on us now. I'm gonna go put my costume on. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see you, Nick. All right. I'll probably be live for a few more minutes here and then wrap it up. Did not think I'd be going for 3 hours, truthfully. But here we are. Because at the end of the day, it wouldn't be Rangers Central without going on for longer than I thought on a stream. But all I know is that this is a disaster, man. It's really a disaster. Yeah, nice. We already got the tweet of the stats with and without Protus, which Nick was alluding to before. Man, this sucks. It absolutely sucks that this is the state of our franchise. Believe me, I wish we weren't here. I wish this was not the case. But this is where we're at. Go lift and get out some steam. Unfortunately, I got a lift in earlier, and I couldn't focus because this trade was on my mind the entire time. Only to be more underwhelmed than I thought I was going to be. And that's really the frustrating part is what Matt said, what all of us said during this 3 hours. We knew it was going to be a disaster, this trade. It's somehow worse than what we thought. And that's the disappointing part. But nonetheless, I am going to wrap things up here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the live stream. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Yeah. I really don't even know how to close this out other than this franchise is fucked. This franchise is absolutely fucked. See you guys on the next one.